go, baby. Who's going to be the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator? Who's going to go to the Super Bowl? And who the hell wants to be the Eagles offensive coordinator? We break it all down live on Game Time Brian tonight. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. I hope all is well. I will get I'm sorry, Dan, I will email the link right now as I bring in my people for my Wednesday night live stream. I hope all is well out there. I will say this. The information I'm getting, I'm happy and I'm confused, and we could all talk about it. But good evening, everybody. I will put the link. You know what? Instead of emailing it, I'm just going to put it out here right now. Anybody that wants in, there it is. It will disappear very shortly. If I see anybody trying to stick a keister where the sun don't shine, then we will get rid of them. But good evening, Hallie Pierce. Good evening, one Momo.
Hello.
Hey, Hallie, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Momo?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. I gotta play your music.
Oh boy, that's funny.
There you go, bro. That's for you.
Howdy
What's up, man?
and game time.
Yes.
I put it
Hi,
in the
Mama.
chat. I don't have to leave. I'm not gonna be doing. I just got the phone call. I'm not gonna be doing the my stream anymore. I have to. That's one of the conditions.
Why?
Because I accepted the job as the Cowboys' new defensive coordinator.
Oh my God.
I knew that something was up. I knew something was up with that. Well, listen. At least there's people who want the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator job.
Congratulations.
We got people bailing left and right to want to be the Eagles offensive coordinator.
Justin did.
We will break it all down.
And I got my Dallas blue on. You can see I had to change the shirt because they gave me the call. I had to do it.
Let's set the table here. Let's first set the table. Okay, this is what we call championship weekend, right? This is a beautiful weekend. We have a decimated Broncos football team hosting the Patriots, right? We'll break that down. We have the Seattle Seahawks and the 12th man hosting the Los Angeles Rams, which I think is going to be a barn burner. Again, I can't wait for the games. Obviously, we wish that we were there, but it's been so far since we were there. I forget how that feels, Hallie. I forget how it feels to be in a championship game situation. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I don't remember either. It's been 30 years. It's been a long time.
Yeah, and, as long as honestly, as long as it feels, it really doesn't feel that long. I feel like just yesterday I was sitting with my brother in 92. It was funny, it was the first time that I had seen success, right? And we knew they were good, but they ended up going to the Super Bowl in 92. And my mother decided to have a small Super Bowl party. And my neighbors next door, they were kind of fraudulent fans. They were rooted for the Eagles, I guess. And then they weren't real sports fans, but they were kind of Philly fans. But then when Dallas got good, they came on the bandwagon. And me and my brother were kind of nuts during the football game. You remember the game, the 52-17, whatever the final score was, where we beat the Bills. We were going absolutely bonkers, and we scared the living shit. My brother was a big dude. We scared the living shit out of my neighbor, and they took off. But I'll remember it like it was yesterday. But we need to get back there again. I do got Chris May super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. But let's start out with the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator search. Daniel Moriarty, Daniel M. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. Game time. How's everybody else doing in the panel?
I think they're doing
I'm
good. We got
Doing
looking at the
okay.
new
Hey,
defensive
Ben.
coordinator. That's why
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
wearing
God,
blue.
yeah,
Come
you're wearing
on.
blue, my ass. We don't want no part of
they
you with the
they
defense
they'll
coordinator.
bench him because he's going to be asking too many questions.
So, Daniel M., what's your thought that they allowed Gannon to leave? To my delight, we were getting word that they were trying to keep him there, but you never know who to believe, what to believe. Out of the 4 choices I put up, and I think those are the 4, I think Gannon is probably 3rd on my list, maybe 4. How about you?
I think that Gannon does not need to be our defensive coordinator to me, because I don't want somebody that's going to come in here and put their hands on the players and send a bad vibe to the team.
Thank you,
I still have Jim Leonard. I still
Yeah.
have Jim Leonard on the top of my list.
But number
I
2
got
is the
Christian
interesting
Park.
one. I'm with you. I want Christian Parker over Durante Jones.
I have Christian Parker number 2 on that list, and I have Durante Jones at number 3.
I like that.
That's who I have.
That's where I'm
I
at.
like that list a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gannon
Exactly
as a fallback.
mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did get word that the Vikings extended Brian Flores as their
Yes.
They did. And let's talk about that. I want to. Hey, Thomas, I know you're here, brother. We'll get you in a minute. We got Jesse on the bus. We got Hallie muted. Dan the man is here. But I want to talk to Momo real quick regarding this. Momo, please tell me that what we talked about the other night, I think we nailed it. Nobody's going to hire this man right now because of the lawsuit, right?
I had breaking news. Pittsburgh, according to my sources, Pittsburgh was going to hire him, and they could still hire him. He has a contract, according to my source, that he was going to get hired. Now, it's up to him and I think he's not going to get hired because Pittsburgh will bump that and say, hey, I will sign you as a quarter. But I don't know what quarter. This is a person I know who works in the organization. I'm serious. I'm not making this shit up. They had a contract for him.
Why would he go back to Minnesota?
Huh?
Why would he choose to go
Because
back?
of the lawsuit. Because he could win over $100 million.
Okay, but if you want to further your career, you go to Pittsburgh. You know you're going to be there for 10, 15 years.
Yes, I don't get it neither.
Listen, sorry, beggars can't be choosers. You should be. I'm sorry, everybody. This is how I feel. You should be happy that they're not Colin Kaepernick in your ass and that somebody offered you a job.
They are.
Yeah, but if somebody offered you a job, now we all know that the Dallas Cowboys were not even entertaining his ass. And we now listen, we could argue whether they're right or wrong, but you know where Jerry stands. You know he wants you to kneel during the national anthem. We all have our opinions, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
He owns the team. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, he can do what he wants to do.
So you know that he was never in play in Dallas, even though you, everybody wanted him.
I know. I think Cowboys fans, any Cowboy fan that Flores thought he was coming to the Cowboys
it's probably
was delusional.
the best thing, though, because you know, you probably know what Momo, he would have came in saying, I can't win with this. I need this, that, and this.
Yeah. See what
they don't want that.
And also, Jerry is not going to pay him top dollar. He will want at least $8 million.
He's going to want what probably Shoddy's making year one, $5 million or whatever he's making, $6 million.
No, he will want at least 8.
Yeah. But let's go to Thomas Garrett. Your thoughts on him going back to Minnesota so early in the process, because there's still 6 head coaching vacancies still out there?
I'm not surprised. If there would have been any team that he would have went to go head coach, it would have been Pittsburgh. But him going back to Minnesota, I'm not surprised about that.
Can I interject something? Game time.
Yeah, interject. That's what
okay. Real quick. Okay. Here's the real quick. He can still get a head coaching job, although they signed him an extension. But there's somebody he can accept a head coaching job.
Okay,
somebody get a head coaching job.
I like that. I guess what they're doing by doing that, Momo, is not allowing him and basically taking him off the market for any lateral positions, because he didn't really have a job, a a contract. So that's a good point to be made. I haven't gotten to the chat. Maybe they have already said that. But, you know, that makes a lot of sense. You lock him in, that does it. And maybe they up the salary for him just as a fallback to give him a little comfort to take out, because I'm sure he's getting a lot of requests to be defensive coordinator. You know, so I like it. I like it. Anyway, Thomas Garrett, let's circle back to you. What's your thought on the Dallas Cowboy defensive coordinator position? They brought in Gannon. What I'm hearing is their number one is Jim Leonard, followed by Christian Parker. Durante Jones, they like. He's probably 3, followed by Gannon. Where would you have them?
It's in my book, it's close. You know, Leonard, Jones, and the other guy.
Yes. Yeah, the Eagles passing game. The only thing with the Eagles passing game coordinator is he's never called plays. But what you want, okay, you have to just take a step back, everybody, and just realize what they have. They have a Deron Bland who's having a second surgery, right? They have a young secondary headed by big-time pick Savon Ravel. Okay, Ravel, he struggled a little bit, and that was because of the knee brace. He has to get comfortable with the knee. Once the brace is off, the sky's the limit. They love him. So I think a guy who excels in the secondary would be a guy to get. That's why I kind of narrow it down to Durante Jones or Christian Parker. I would go with Christian Parker, I think.
I noticed that these candidates are defensive back coaches.
That's what you want, though.
Yeah. And, you know, I would get one of these guys, and as soon as I get one of these guys, I will snag or as quick as I can for our linebackers coach. I would snatch
Zach Orr is a good name.
Yep. I would grab Zach Orr with the quickness before anybody.
Eagles says
that's DC.
Eagles Drew with the breaking news live from Momo's Crack. Breaking news. Fart.
Okay. Oh boy.
I would say this. Jonathan Gannon, he played a lot of zone. He specialized in the zone coverage. He was more of a defensive line. His secondaries were near the bottom of the league. Again, I don't want Jonathan Gannon as my defensive coordinator. Once you dig into the numbers and realize what you're getting, probably not smart. We granted him the interview. That's Clayton Adams' buddy. Clayton Adams is beholden to Jonathan Gannon, who hired him.
Brian, yes. Clayton Adams needs to keep his damn mouth shut.
Yeah.
He needs to keep his mouth shut and stop with that Mike McCarthy shit. Because if you remember, when Jerry Jones hired Mike McCarthy wanted to hire all his...
I didn't say Parker playing zone, Bruce. I said Gannon playing zone.
You know, Mike McCarthy he brought in his beer drinking buddies.
That's why I don't want him, Jimbo.
And you got Clayton Adams. He's recruiting. He's recruiting Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, well, but he left the building, so that's a good sign. No Face Cowboy says at Game Time, Brian. Whoever comes in, they are cleaning house, assistants, etc. Not necessarily. We'll see. I mean, Christian Parker, I'm high on, and I'm high on Durante Jones. We're hearing late news that the Giants are looking at none other than Walker Wade's guy. Big time feet man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're
Sexy Rexy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
Sexy Rexy might end up with the Giants. So here's the deal. Will Dallas wait long enough to get Jim Leonard? Because if Denver wins, they have to wait till after the Super Bowl. Right?
No, they said the earliest they can talk to him is Monday.
He already said he's not taking any in-person interviews this week. So
No, I think it's gonna be virtual.
he already had a virtual. That's the issue. He already had a virtual. They want to bring
Only
him
the
in.
Cowboys and the Jets are allowed to do virtual interviews with Leonard, is what I heard.
And they already did one. So
Okay.
that's
See,
the
I didn't know
issue. So if they
I didn't know
lose,
that.
then he's free to do whatever. If not, by league rule, you have to wait. Now listen. He could come in, but they're assuming that he's going to say he's concentrating on the game, and then he's not allowed to come in after this week. He's allowed to come in now, but I don't think he will. So that's a bad look on him. He needs to stay with his team. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting. Who else? Marcus Blackman. You have anything to say on this particular? We'll get to Vinny. I didn't see he's finally sat down. You're giving me seasick walking around the house. Marcus, what's your thought on on what's going on in the Dallas Cowboys defense coordinator?
Oh no, man! I'm looking at Jeff Leonard.
Jim Leonard. Yeah.
Jim Leonard. I'm sorry, Jim Leonard. Dan mentioned him one time before. I always wanted Rex Ryan. And then I thought I said, Rex is not coming out of the booth. You know, he's older. The game maybe have passed him by. But I'm looking at the young guy, Leonard. And I think, what he's done was tremendous, and I think he deserves an opportunity.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Vinny Hagan,
I think I want that guy.
We can't hear you. Your mouth is talking, but we can't hear you.
He's probably muted.
Yeah, we got you now, brother.
It's modern technology screws me
That's
up.
not very modern, but it is technology.
That's modern to me.
Yeah,
Welcome, people.
What's up?
I like Leonard, I like Parker, and then Jones would be
I think
my
those are the
third.
three. Those
Hey,
are the
Bruce,
three.
I got the chain to go with it.
Yeah, look.
Any
at
one
you,
of
you're
those
rocking
three,
it.
I'll be happy. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Hold
that,
up.
Jimmy?
I told y'all guys.
I'm with you, Ultra. I'm with you, man. Let's roll the dice a little bit. Ultra says you'll have Charlie Bolin, linebackers coach. Let's roll the dice. Let's dare to be great. I think Jonathan Gannon would be just another. He's more of a Zimmer guy, but again, just look at his secondary. Give me a guy who can coach up a secondary. I understand that the Eagles drafted Kenyon Mitchell. He fell to them. They took him. That's great. I understand that, like Cooper DeJean fell to him, but you still have to coach them up, right? You still have to be a good football coach and put them in a position to be successful. And he was in charge of them. And the one thing I like about Christian Parker is supposedly when he does his meetings, everybody, he brings you in, he puts you up on the board, right? And they diagnose a play, right? And the best thing you could do when you're trying to explain something, and I do this at work, I do it. Like, okay, I could show somebody how to do something on the computer that we need to do, like at the post office, or why do you got to put that the numbers that you put in regarding volumes of mail and all that, why they're so important. You need to know why you're putting them in, and you need to know the why of why you're doing something. Anybody could just, okay, I know I got to put numbers in that spot. I know I got to coach that player to do that. But you need to ask the player, all right, I'm telling you to fake dropping back and come in hard and, hit the A gap, whatever, right? But you need to know why you're doing that. And the fact that this coach has a very good way of speaking to the players, not only teaches you X's and O's, but why you're doing what you're doing, which is very, very important. And that's what you see. We need our secondary to play way better than what it's been. And what better time than now when you got 2 first-round draft picks? You got a lot of free agent capital to go out there. You got a young, hopefully stud, who needs to shed the knee brace when he feels totally comfortable in Savon Ravel, right? We have other pieces, that are in the backfield, in the defensive backfield, but we need somebody like that. If it's a Durante Jones, I'm fine with it, but I like Christian Parker. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the guy. I have no idea. But if Jim Leonard wants to come, he would be my first choice. That's
Brian,
where I'm at. Leonard, Parker, Jones.
Brian, I have a question to ask.
Thanks, Logan.
Buffalo-
Thanks, brother.
Buffalo fired Sean McDermott a few days ago, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they clean house with their coaching staff?
I don't know that they did. I don't.
I will say this about the firing, what we know about the firing now. Nobody, I don't think a potential anybody wants to be the head coach, because how he got fired. That's worse than Jerry or any other coach I ever heard
Me
of.
too, Arturo.
Yeah.
He's my number one.
Terrible. That was terrible, Momo.
I mean, you didn't fire him because he was losing. You got to fire him because of people crying.
I'm gonna tell you, Momo, I'm gonna tell you why he got fired. And I want you to listen. They changed the rules for Josh Allen with the overtime after they lost Kansas City back in 2000.
That's not the reason he fired him.
Want to remember that?
Sean McDermott is already on board. He doesn't really want to coach this year. He only wants, he really doesn't want to coach. So
I heard Brian Dable might be going to Buffalo.
Remember that though?
And we'll get to the
He's
Eagles
from
next
there,
and that
too.
shit show, because right now
Brian Dable's from there.
they are searching. Nobody wants to coach it right now.
Yeah, that's a problem.
They changed the rules, the overtime rules. They had that in place. Come to find out, Josh Allen, he couldn't beat Joe Burrow. He couldn't beat Pat Mahomes.
Linda Conyers, let me read this real fast. Not standing for personal attacks on my character. If this foundation of the channel, then I don't need to be here. Respect myself and my family, and I respect everyone else. What's going on,
Amen.
Linda? What's going on?
Amen.
What's that? What's going on, Linda? I never said anything. So, everybody, come on, let's keep it. Let's keep it nice here.
He couldn't beat the top quarterbacks in the AFC. And when he couldn't beat Bo Nix this past Saturday, somebody had to go. And it was Sean McDermott. Hated for him. I hated for him.
Yeah, everybody calm it down. Linda, I'm sorry, Linda. Linda's is a supporter of the channel. So please be nice. Yeah, I hear you, Thomas. I hear you. Now we can come back to the Dallas. Let's give me the latest update on what's going on with the Eagles. It's not you, Bruce Banner, or No Face Guy. Be nice, people. Linda actually, he supports me in more than just being here. Please, everybody be nice. Devil Dog, what's up, brother? Here's the deal. We're hearing Mike McDaniel did not want to come to Philadelphia. He wants to go. This is, and I quote, he doesn't want to go to a place with a Tua-like situation. That's not me saying it. That's Mike McDaniel. I know Philly 500 loved him some Mike McDaniel. He did not want to come to Philly to a coach like a Tua-type player. That's what he said.
Philly 500 is pissed, Brian.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah. And now we're hearing that Daboll wants the Buffalo Bills head coaching job, wants no part of Philly. If he doesn't get the Bills head coaching job, he wants to go and coach Cam Ward in Tennessee. So Eagles are striking out everywhere they're going. I asked Logan Motorsports, why? Why is that, Logan? Why does nobody want? And I have my own theory, but it's only a theory. Why is it? Go ahead. Why is it, Marcus?
Oh, it starts with the quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Nobody wants Hurts as their, quarterback. If they're a coordinator, you can't do much with him. He's limited. He's basically a running back playing the position of quarterback. I've always said that. Him and Josh Allen, they cannot read the defense. Everything is all about athleticism. And you can only go but so far with playing that style. I'm sorry.
Aaron, that's wild because
I don't know about the Josh Allen, pretty solid quarterback. I don't know about that.
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean when he was in Wyoming, he was a gunslinger. He was
Yeah, but all he do is run now. His physicality is what he does, like Cam Newton.
a gunslinger.
That'll all slow down with age, don't you? Hey, when he starts getting into his 30s, that's all gonna slow down. He's gonna become a pocket passing quarterback like Matthew Stafford. Trust me.
No, because to win, hey Marcus, to win in this league, you have to be a pocket. You got
Daniel
to throw the
M,
ball.
do you have any thoughts on? Where's Daniel? Daniel,
Yeah.
no, Dan's not here. Walker Wade, do you know? And we'll get back to the Dallas, but do you know why everybody's bailing from the Eagles job? Do you have any idea?
I haven't heard anything. I mean,
Well, we got McDaniel said he don't want to coach a. I mean, he basically said he don't want a Tua type quarterback. He wants. So I mean,
I can see like Eagles aren't gonna admit it. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is limited. Like I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that, but he's not gonna. He's not gonna be one of those quarterbacks that plays deep into his 30s because unless he morphs into a pocket passing quarterback. Unless he gets better at throwing the football, reading defenses, sitting back, picking defenses apart, I don't see it happen.
I totally agree. Yep.
right.
But just
Now, if he could do that, sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to get everybody.
That was the problem with Cam Newton. Cam Newton always took off and ran.
exactly.
That's the thing is everyone said, look, I don't mind like
I
Roger
don't know if
Staubach
it's
scrambled.
Jalen Hurts. My thing is this. I think it's the situation, right? This is just me. I want my Eagle fans to chime in, please. I think it's more the uncertainty, right? When you hear that AJ asked for a trade 3 different times throughout the year, Howie's being stubborn, and I get it. I mean, Howie doesn't want to just unload his talented players. I get it, but like a TO. TO type situation, at some point you have to pick a side. You're kind of locked in with Jalen, right? And you have to, you have to move on from AJ. I think that nobody wants to come in here and have to decide that. I mean, it should really be taking care of itself before the draft. I expect it to, but I'm just surprised that a Brian Daboll, right? You would think he already coached Saquon, did he not? So you would think he would want to work with him, but it's just very interesting to me that nobody wants the job, it seems like. And now Logan Motorsports says Nick Sirianni. I don't know that they can go that route.
I think they will have to get rid of the head coach of the Philadelphia
Bobby
Eagles.
Schmurder with the super chat.
My
Nobody wants
prediction
their
is
house
gonna
or
come-
car to be egged. That's possible. Fan base is.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think my prediction is gonna come true, Brian. I don't think Jalen Hurts is gonna be the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback by 2028. I think they're gonna move on here in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yep.
Well, I heard. Listen, I don't like doing videos about it because people just say I'm trolling. So, thanks, Bobby. I do hear that. I mean, I do hear that. That's part of the equation, that they are really looking hard. You heard Jeffrey Lurie come out this year and unhappy with Hurts's leadership in the locker room. He wants more of a kumbaya, bring people together, not kind of.
Oh, he's not doing that.
Like an aloof type situation. And I don't know. We'll see.
That's
you
a
would
flaw
think
that he
would
has.
help itself, right, Marcus, after winning a Super Bowl?
Right. I think that's part of his demise, not being a leader, a vocal leader.
Crystal, how are you?
And also, you got to look at him. I'm just looking at his demeanor, how he comes across, how he does interviews, how he walks on the field. He walks on the field like he's depressed and sad all the time. He has a sad clown face.
Jimbo says a mid QB, old and injured O-line, A.J. Brown BS, Sirianni influence on offense.
Sirianni is
Jimbo. Eagles Drew. Those kids were from South Jersey, not Philly. What are we talking about? The eggs? Oh, that was an Eagle. That was an Eagles fan super chat. So, okay. Thank you. It doesn't matter. They were Eagle fans. what you need to know, Drew, is the Delaware Valley. That consists of from Atlantic City all the way up near the Great Adventure, back to Philly to Delaware, right? It's Delaware, Pennsylvania. I would say Pennsylvania up to what? Maybe the Poconos, Delaware, and up north. That consists of the Eagles fan base, brother. Just because
I've been all in that
most of your
area.
fans and I
I've
mean,
been all in that area,
yeah.
Brian, Pauls.
Where I live, it's all Eagleville, and I live in South Jersey. What does that
Yeah,
have anything to do with
unfortunately,
it? What does
you're
that have
right.
anything to do with it?
You're right.
I just think Sirianni is the problem. I think he has lost the locker room just because nobody not outspoken like that. I don't believe the team. The team. I think he has negative energy. I think that's what players don't believe in him. Don't believe in his coaching style because he got his best friend as the OC. He could have took over that job the third or fourth game of this season and say, "Hey, this ain't working out. This ain't working here. This ain't working out." He didn't. He just decided, "Hey, we winning or we somewhat winning." The Eagles should be going to the Super Bowl with that talent
Logan
and that
hits it,
team.
Momo. Logan hits it. He says nobody wants a job as annoying as an Eagle fan. I mean, if I was an Eagle fan, I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
why is that?
I watched Philly 500. He
So
seemed
tell me-
pretty upset.
I know he's upset. I talked to him, but
So what is the reason why nobody wants to
I think the
coach there?
uncertainty in the organization regarding everything. I told
From
everybody
coach
that.
down,
Well,
from ownership
again,
down?
everybody got mad when I said fire Sirianni, but that would fix a lot. You bring in a Stefanski, he's gone. I get it. You offer McDaniel the job, he would have stayed. He ain't possibly, maybe not. You offer Daboll the job, he probably would have stayed. I don't know who you want, but you get rid of Nick, you bring the quarterback and the wide receiver together, all is happy. For some reason,
Isn't it
Nick
hard to get rid
can't
of a
do
guy
it.
that just won the Super Bowl though last
No, it's
Okay,
easy.
so you're going to
You
keep
don't think-
Nick. Fine, you keep him. He doesn't call plays, and he's a rah-rah coach. Okay, good. That's great. So then now you're going to lose your star wide receiver. So okay, you pick. At the end of the day,
Just a
it takes
question, that's
players
all.
to win, Vinny. Now, coaches.
No, I get it. I
won a
could care
effing
less about their team, but
we won a
I'm
Super
just
Bowl. I get it. It was
In
it was
spite
with
of your
Jimmy's
team.
team, but it was
So you're
with
saying that-
Barry Switzer, right?
So you're saying they won in spite of him,
I
Sirianni?
don't know. I'm just telling you what the situation is now. I think
No,
there's
that's
uneasiness.
potentially that could be true, and that's why nobody wants to go there.
Listen, we break his balls, but he's a very winning coach for whatever reason.
Yeah, he is.
But right now,
arrogant,
there seems
though.
to be an issue.
A lot of coaches don't mess with Sirianni like that, man. And AJ too. They got an AJ Brown problem as well as Jalen Hurts. You got 3 different reasons why not to go there.
Yeah, their
Linda-
direction is going different.
That's
Linda
my
Conyers
opinion.
with
They
the
really
super
are.
chat, and I'll just preface this, and I'll read your super chat, and then I'll preface it. Narrative or name you have for Jalen Hurts, make sure you start with Super Bowl MVP. By the way, when a team retains a quarterback first cues, he can win 57-20. And I would say, Linda, I agree. Why is there such drama? But we did see Nick Foles win a Super Bowl MVP. We've seen a lot of average quarterbacks. And this is the old dilemma. Is it the quarterback? Is it the team? Is it the team aspect? Is it a dynamic defense? You saw a Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. We saw Brad Johnson win a
Jim
Super Bowl.
Plunkett won the Super
saw
Bowl
Jim
twice.
Plunkett
Eagles
win. We
fans.
saw a
Is he in
Frank-
the Hall of Fame?
We saw a Frank Reich win a Super Bowl, right?
Dilfer won a
We
Super Bowl.
saw a what was the Hasselback? Did he not win a Super Bowl?
Yup.
So
Sure
again, I'm
did.
not here. I'm not the guy hammering Jalen. I'm asking the question, why? Okay, why is it that we have a Coach McDaniel saying he wants a higher caliber a quarterback to coach? He doesn't want a.
This is what happens when. Hold on.
Thank
This
you,
is what happens
Linda.
when your team. This happens when your team gets older, and you know they had their they had two Super Bowls and 3 seasons. They're
Yeah.
getting older.
When you're
the
successful,
team
this
is
type of
it's
shit
falling
happens,
apart.
unfortunately. right?
They've been picked clean. Coaches have left. Yep.
This is what happens now.
No, you're right. You're right, Ryan.
That's why I said you have to make a choice.
So Jalen doesn't have a super team around him. So now you're seeing the limitations of your quarterback.
So he can't carry a team.
Well,
he's not a carrier of a team.
Those Eagles teams were some beast teams the last 3 years.
Yes.
Not many people
those Eagles teams were good last year.
Look at Josh Allen, everybody's anointed savior. He can't carry a team. So
what does he want?
He can't carry him either.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. That's why we're not coming down on Jalen. But you need to make a decision what you want to do.
Bro, he missed that throw though in the fourth quarter, man.
Who's that?
Josh Allen.
Yes, he played bad in the first quarter.
And he only never mentioned that. He's talking about guys crying, man. Come on, bro.
Now, Marcus, I'm gonna say this, Marcus.
Hey,
if
Rhonda,
Cooks holds on to that ball, they win in that damn game.
Yes, I agree with Walker. If Cooks would have caught that ball,
they win in that damn game. He holds on to that football.
Exactly. They should have won the game.
Eagles Drew says, am I saying they're out of contention? I'm not even talking about contention. I'm talking about the turmoil within your organization right now. You can't hire an offensive coordinator because of the uncertainty of what's going on. A.J. Brown has requested a trade not once, not twice, but 3 times. You're having coaches taking themselves out of the mix. I'm asking you, why? If you are a championship pedigree team, they would be running to your organization to add that to their resume. They're not.
Well, it
why?
sounds like you're not
you a question.
accepting
Why?
that.
Is it the quarterback? Is it the coach?
I don't think they're accepting it, Brian. I'm sorry. Brian, accepting that they need all this.
I'd like to say something.
Go ahead, get in here, brother.
Hey, I think what's going on is it reverts back to last year when Kellen Moore was there. He was trying to run his system. They stopped him dead. And when you get into where a coach takes over the play calling during the middle of the season,
I don't know that he did. Is that confirmed?
Well, I'm just saying that's what they said that happened.
Jimbo,
but
Eagles fan Jimbo. Yeah,
I know that when they had Petula this year.
Yeah, finish the thought, Randy.
I know when they had Petula this year that during the 4th or 5th game of the year, they start. That's when Nick Sirianni stepped in and started having his hands on the offense. No coach wants to have that happen to them during the season, no matter what.
I don't know that happened, so that's why I want to be clear. There's a lot of speculation, but I don't know that Sirianni ever. I know he interjected at some point. Jimbo, Eagle fan. All I want to say is no one wants to coach this offense. Game time, Brian. Why would someone want this job? It's either win or be fired year one with a limited quarterback to work around. It's sad, but listen, that's probably why. Listen, we lose out on certain coaches in Dallas, Jimbo, for similar reasons, but more, I would say front office based, and just it's on record that Jerry doesn't want to pay assistant coaches. It is. He just doesn't like it. You heard with McCarthy. Remember he had a clean house. He was bitching about the price of the staff. Again, I don't know the answers. I'm asking them though.
I would say
I'm asking.
I know Eagle fans.
I'm at work right now, so I can't really take a lot of time. But I just wanted to jump on real quick and, like you're saying, it's from you guys' perspective, it's all speculatory. And you guys are getting your information from WIP.
No, it was
Justina Rossini and
John McClain.
And John McClain.
Okay,
all of these guys.
I don't know.
So what does that mean?
Well, that means he's got sources within the team, and he went on record with it.
Everything he's saying, he went on record after the Eagles had made him reclaim stuff that he put.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're in and out, but yeah, listen,
but then the Eagles, did you hear that the Eagles made him reclaim stuff that he put out there because it was inaccurate? You didn't hear that, did you?
Did I hear what?
Yeah, you didn't hear that the Eagles made him retract statements.
I hear somebody
Well,
talking, so I don't
yeah,
know.
I'm in a place. I'm at work right now, but I'm saying is,
all right. So
you didn't hear? Did you hear the part where the Eagles made him retract statements that were not true? Did you
who's
hear that part?
Made who?
The Eagles made John McClain.
When was that?
You didn't hear that though, did you?
When was that?
They made John McClain either
When?
yesterday or today. They made him
Okay, all
retract
right. So
statements.
it's
I'm telling you, either
recent.
yesterday or today.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What were
So
the
that's
ones
what I'm
that
trying to say to you
Well,
guys.
Eagles are very. You know how they are, though. I'm just listen. You don't have time. I'll let you talk, and then I'll go.
No,
And then,
listen. All I'm saying is, if we're going to quote things, let's quote them accurately and not on emotions, and not give good football acumen and knowledgeable answers.
The only one speaking on emotions here is you, Drew.
yeah, exactly.
No, I'm
Joe.
speaking.
Yeah.
I'm good. You didn't even let me finish saying what I'm
Hurry
saying.
up, brother.
So how do you know what I'm
You
saying?
make no sense.
Don't rush me. Either let me
making
talk
no
or
sense.
don't
we hear a
interrupt
lot
me.
of background noise. It's not.
And I'm at work. I jumped on real quick, but you
Okay,
guys
that's why I
Go
said-
back to work.
So
Don't
Vinny,
worry.
you
We'll
can
cut
kiss
you
my
up
ass.
if we disagree. Go
All
ahead,
right.
get it out.
So let me get it out. That's the problem.
Let's
You guys
go.
don't let me get it out. You want to let me get it out. Let me get it out. So what I'm saying is, you guys are speaking off emotions. You're not speaking off facts, saying that the coach is a negative energy, whatever that means. I'll take the negative energy. I'll take the negative. Here we go. See, this is what I'm saying. I'll take the negative energy if I can go to two.
You can't say it ain't true.
Can I?
Let him finish, Marcus.
That's
Yeah,
my.
please,
That's
so
my
he goes
point.
away. Let him finish so he goes.
Yeah, kiss my ass, man. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, again, if I cannot be interrupted, I'll take the negative energy from a coach that has
Right.
is under Andy Reid when it comes to the highest winning percentage in the NFL. I'll take that if my coaches for the last 2 to 3 years has his team in the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, and the coach is the MVP.
And lost
And
to the
I'll also
49ers
take
for 10
that.
guys on that.
Let him finish.
I
Let him
love their
finish,
culture.
Joe.
Here
Let
we
him
go.
finish,
Here we
guys.
go.
Let him finish.
Here we go. Here we go. You guys
I'm
are
letting you
triggered
finish.
emotions.
I'm letting you
You
finish.
take an hour to
So-
finish.
Well,
Gotta be
let's
short with it,
everybody
man.
zip it.
So again, go off of what you know, what you've seen the Eagles have done, what you hear in the locker room. Because if you know why, Dan, I'm here in California. McDaniels, he has family in California. He wants to coach in California. Had nothing to do with the quarterback. Also, Dayball wants to be a head coach, so he'd rather take a head coaching position. Now, if he doesn't want to come to Philly, that's fine. Go to Jacksonville. Go there.
No.
But
It's Tennessee. He's going
or
to
go to Tennessee. But
a 2-win team.
we make assistant
your
head
facts right.
coaches. We make assistant head coaches. That's what we do in Philly.
We want your assistant
So maybe the
coach,
pressure.
possibly. All I was saying,
You can
Drew,
have
I'm not put again. Let me just get my statement out. I never said I'm asking what is it, because we're hearing all this. Nobody's saying this is why. I'm asking why is it? Is it Sirianni? Is it Jalen? I'm just throwing out what we're hearing over the last couple of days. If you're saying that McClain is getting in trouble for putting false information, that's duly noted. I will definitely get into that. I'm not here saying this is why. I'm asking a question to have a live stream, because we've seen many guys come in and then take their name out.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all.
What I'm telling you is where are you getting your information from? Because where you're
It's
getting
all
your
over the
information
internet,
from
brother.
may not be a credible source.
Let me read
Okay,
your
yeah,
super
internet
chat.
is a credible source.
Pissed. I just won a Super Bowl.
It's a credible source.
Sorry, I just
Exactly. Chris just won the Super Bowl. So why would I be angry? So what I'm saying is check your sources. Not like Momo. Check your sources.
Who said you were angry?
So how about this, Drew? I like to comment since you brought my name in and stuff like that. Let me say this: the Eagles ain't never going to win another Super Bowl because that coach has lost the team. He doesn't have a quarterback. He doesn't read defenses. He can't. Because now you're gonna have a new OC. You're gonna have a new OC again, and nobody wants to play. I'm telling you, it's over. Enjoy your time.
AJ Brown is out of there, Drew.
Can you give some football back. You can
I
say
don't want to hear
football.
Drew. I don't
Of
want to
course
hear
you
it.
can, Momo.
I
I
don't
can't
want to
take you
hear it.
serious,
You're gonna
Momo.
Take
overtalk
over
me.
Momo, I don't
now.
take you
I don't want to hear
serious,
it.
Drew.
bro.
You go over to the other
That's
side and
enough
do what
now.
you do.
Okay,
What you
There's
do over
somebody else
there.
in
Don't
here
come
that
over here with
knows.
this BS.
Momo, I don't take you
I'm just
serious.
saying.
Go to
Drew.
work.
I'm
Uh,
just saying, Drew. Go. You know what you
My
well,
ass,
do.
man.
I just looked this up about if he made any retractions, and this is saying there is no evidence that the Philadelphia Inquirer or Eagles beat reporter Jeff McClain was formally retracted for reporting regarding the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, so we need to get to the bottom of it. But listen, I'm not here to again. Just because we got Commanders fans, Cowboys fans in here. We're talking about everything. I didn't lead with the story. This is a big story that, again, as we sit here today, the reigning Super Bowl champs, Brian Daboll is not interested. Mike McDaniel, who did a virtual interview, did he not? Or did I hear that wrong as well? I thought he did a virtual interview. So
He did. That was yesterday.
yeah, so I don't know what it is. I
we
started
don't
out
know.
the live stream, Drew, by saying
If
I
you
don't
don't know, then you
know.
shouldn't speak on it. If you don't know, you shouldn't speak on it.
Well, that's what we
No,
do. We speak on the room.
I'm bringing up the question of what's
He
going
must
on.
be in the
That's where the
locker
live
room
We're
stream
listening.
You
allowed to
is.
don't. You
What's
don't
going
know.
on?
speculate.
No, he
Everybody
didn't know.
speculates.
Everybody
Don't
got to talk
speak
about
on
it.
it.
Make
He
sure you're
didn't
clear in your
know.
Yeah, bro. This is
speculation.
what we
Make
do.
sure
Didn't
it's
know.
So you
make sure
know.
you're
So you
clear.
know, Drew.
Make
You
sure
know it's
You
not
make
have
true.
sure
no
you're
clue,
You know
dude.
clarifying,
everything
making a
about the team.
speculation. Make sure it's
All you do
speculation.
is
Okay,
run your
Nah,
so
mouth
listen,
and
Drew,
I
you
ain't
so
gonna
don't
get
Drew,
know
if
started
game
on
either.
that.
time, if the game time can't say anything about the Eagles, how about you shut the hell up about the Cowboys like
There
you know
you
what the hell's
go.
going on
There
here? Because
you
you don't
go.
know
He
dick.
can't do
You don't
that.
know dick. How about you shut up about the
Oh
Cowboys? Because you
yeah.
don't know a goddamn thing about what's going on here in
There you
Dallas.
go.
All right, Drew. Have a good night at
You
work.
Walking
know
ways
why,
with
Back,
the
Drew?
Phillies
Because
Wade.
back.
I
Back
live
to
in
back.
Dallas. You don't
Hey,
know
wait.
dick.
Walking
Hey,
ways
Back
with
to
the
wait.
Dodgers.
back.
You
Might
guys
as
are
well.
Hey,
talking over
wait.
each other. Come on
Oh,
now.
hey,
Back
before I
to
go,
back.
You have a good night, brother.
before I go. Hey, wait. Did the Eagles did Dallas make the playoffs this year?
Nope.
That doesn't bother
Okay,
us.
you
Thank you.
you
Yeah, you
shut
don't
the
make
hell
no
up.
sense, dude.
You
Well, let
shut
me
the
Y'all
hell up.
ask
sure
you,
And
were
I'm
Drew.
your
you
team with
sure
10
were
guys
one
on
and
IR,
done,
Drew.
You
Drew.
never.
All right,
There
all
you
right, all
go.
right,
Go
all
back to
right.
work.
He's trolling
Go back to
y'all.
We're
work.
Don't
all
Back to
fall
the
talking
for it.
bed
Why
over
there.
y'all
each
fall for
other.
this
Sorry, go
He
stuff?
back to
likes to
work.
try to
All right,
trigger
all right.
He's getting
everybody.
See
paid to
everybody.
talk on the chat.
All right.
Yo, Drew.
Come on
I'm
now.
tired of his shit.
No shit.
You
I
knew he
mean,
couldn't
I'm playing.
listen. Hold on.
Go
You
ahead.
knew Drew couldn't handle that.
You
Come
already
on. You knew
do.
he was gonna erupt. He
And
don't
us
like
too.
he doesn't like the fact that this is the narrative. Welcome to winning on any real consistent level, brother, as far as on the big stage. This is what happens. This is why not for long is what it means. Does that mean you're out of the mix next year? I don't know. I need to see what's going on. I really do. All things being equal, I don't think anybody is losing sleep over the Eagles next year.
I know nobody loses
No,
sleep. Let me just
not
say
like
this.
last year.
Let me say
Sorry,
this real
Momo.
quick. Drew loves his mission is to what? Get under cowboy skins. He loves to get on cowboy skins. That's what he does. And like I told him,
Momo's
and
right.
us happen to have the same
I'm
energy
good,
on
brother.
that
Eagles
other
Drew. I'm
channel,
good.
on
man.
that other channel that you get on and praise your team, and you don't go after the host, but you go after everybody else.
You can't do that.
Do it like that. Don't do.
You're
If
right.
you're gonna do one, you better do all. I told him this in my channel, so stop doing that.
Listen,
I agree.
You can't sit back and say I'm wrong. Listen, a Jeff McClain. I'm just reporting on what I'm hearing. That's what we do. This isn't ESPN. This is a YouTube channel. You can support it. You could not. I will give you your minute or 2 minutes. I'll try and let you finish your thought. I'm asking a question of why it's a hard job to fill right now in Philly. That's all. Why is that such a bad thing?
No, and he's proud of himself right now, Drew, in the chat. He says, I got him. He's in
You
there
got who? You
going,
didn't
rah,
get me.
rah.
I'm feeling good, brother. I'm off from
I'm
work
fine.
tomorrow.
It
I
doesn't
got
make
some
me
good stuff
mad.
going on tomorrow.
Nice. Come to
From
the candy
champs
store.
to
Get a piece of
chumps,
candy.
Dirty Sanchez.
Drew thinks he's got me in his back pocket. I don't think so.
He doesn't have anybody in his back pocket.
I'm living a life, brother. I'm fine. I mean,
Life
I
of
don't know.
Riley.
I don't really know. It is what it is. I'm having fun at this point. I
He
get
looked
no skin
mellow.
in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
They never
some
mentioned they just never mentioned the 49ers. That's what makes me laugh.
What do you mean?
They just never mentioned how they lost to an injured 49er
Well,
team.
listen, man. They know they lost.
Yeah,
Listen,
they will
they
never say
know.
that.
That's going to go down as one of the epic losses because you were a touchdown favorite at home when you lost to the Niners.
And Brian, they were picking up linebackers the week before. They picked up Eric Kendricks.
Yeah, I know.
Picked up another guy.
So
yeah,
it's I don't know. I'm asking a question why they're having a hard time feeling why people are saying they don't want to coach. Now,
Why is it so loud?
Why is
Oh,
what
sorry.
loud?
I'm sorry. I did it again.
All right. All I'm reporting is what Jeff McClain is saying. If that's wrong, then okay. Blame the Eagles beat reporter he follows them every day. I don't know. I'm happy I have one. I have 2 Super Bowls wins in my lifetime. Bobby, you would think that would be happy enough, right? You would think that would make you excited and go, all right, let's find out why my team is a little dysfunctional right now and why we can't get out of our own way, losing to the Niners, why we're struggling and why some fans like Jimbo, right? I mean, Drew wants to point me out. Half of your fan base is ready to move on from Nick Sirianni. So why are you upset at me? I don't understand. I'm bringing up something that is a valid point.
And game time. Also, I would like to say this: the Eagles.
Thanks, Bobby.
Eagles has a great team. Nobody in the playoffs right now can beat this team if they was on all cylinders. If the coach was good,
So
nobody.
Huh? So what happened? Whose fault was it?
That's my point. There's a problem with the coaching. That's the problem. It's the head coach.
I don't know what it is, Loyal. Do you know what it is, Loyal Cowboy?
It's the Eagles. It's the Eagles. They got to their head. That Super Bowl went to their head. They got cocky.
Hey, Brian.
And they got hit in the mouth.
Brian.
Yes.
I got a chance to speak real quick. I'm hearing it around. It's Dable and the other guy really don't want to deal with the general manager and the owner because they apparently micromanage the coaches.
That goes back to Dougie P. Remember, Doug Peterson won the first Super Bowl. Actually, a more dynamic Super Bowl because they did it with a backup quarterback, a journeyman, right? You did it with Nick Foles. He's got a freaking statue outside. Philly, and they didn't. Dougie didn't want to play with the whole analytics and stuff like that. And to Eagles' credit, they've won another Super Bowl, right? They won another Super Bowl. But it seems like not everybody, Doug Peterson, it was a mutual split. He's like, nah, I don't want to work here under those circumstances,
Did you get my message earlier, Brian?
I did not. I don't know.
Flores, the Vikings re-signed Brian Flores.
Yes, Brian Flores, but you have to understand that Marcus, or who was it that brought it up?
Momo. Me.
Momo brought up a really good point. Momo's Rants, go check out Momo's Rants. He brought up a good point saying he was without contract, Loyal. So if they signed him, he could still take a head coaching job. That doesn't mean he's off the head coaching market, but they don't believe that he's going to get a job.
No, he's not getting a job.
And we talked about why. Apparently, players are having issues with Jalen Hurts also. Farm boy, we got to vet ourselves. Because certain people don't like it. We're making it like we're not allowed to talk about it unless we know 100%. Well, that's
I was told, like I said, from a reliable source.
Dallas is the greatest sports organ. Again, no doubt, live long, Jerry Jones. Linda, trust me, we got our own problems. So just because we're questioning the Eagles, it really doesn't have much. We're aware of the Dallas situation. We are. Anyway, go ahead, Momo.
What I'm saying is that what I was told, and a lot of people joke with me, don't think I know this, somebody I know personally, they offered Flores, Pittsburgh did offer him a job. But because of the situation, he got that lawsuit. I don't know if I forgot that Pittsburgh, if you could get a job with Pittsburgh, you 10, 15 years in. You could do no wrong because they ain't firing no coach in 3 years.
Momo,
Right.
I would not be surprised if Pittsburgh offered him a job because if you remember, Pittsburgh was the one that brought him in when that bullshit first happened.
Right. They did offer him the job.
When they brought him in when all 31 other teams had literally blackballed and cut him off.
Hey,
Pittsburgh
Linda.
him.
Hey, Linda Conyers, how many offensive coordinators have the Eagles been through?
5 now.
I mean, how many years has Nick Sirianni been there? But I know they've been through 5 offensive coordinators.
Since 2021.
So you figure they had Shane Steichen, Brian Johnson, Kellen Moore, Kevin Patulu, and now an unnamed guy. It'll be interesting to see who they get. Is there anybody in the organization that they could elevate? Rob A., when you get ready, let me go. I have a question for you.
I'm here. I'm ready.
Dirty Sanchez with the super chat.
I've been
Daboll
listening.
doesn't want to coach their offense.
Rob said.
It's sorry as hell. Thanks, Dirty Sanchez.
I had to finish up my dinner a little bit quick so I could jump in.
Yeah,
I've been listening.
Yeah, my question to you is, why haven't the Eagles reached out to Frank Reich, or have they?
To my knowledge, they haven't. I haven't
You know what
heard
I mean? We're
anything
hearing
about
all
them.
this BS about Daboll and McDaniel and whoever, but people are getting mad that I'm bringing up the conversation and just bringing up questions. I don't have the answers. That's what we're doing here. We're having fun bringing up questions, just like Dallas. So, what's your thought on what's going on with the Eagles' offensive coordinator? Thank you, Dirty Sanchez. Thanks, brother.
And
my thought is that this position isn't for everybody. I mean, it's going to take a certain kind of coordinator to come in here and and really commit to being here more long term. Mike McDaniel wasn't going to be here long term, even if we were able to get him here. He'll eventually get another head coaching position down the road. I was never a fan of Daboll coming here anyway.
Me neither.
I mean, I think he was shit in New York. And when you recycle some of these coordinators / coaches, I mean, just look at their resume. I mean, Daboll didn't do shit in New York, and why would I want him here? I mean, I don't.
Right.
So
Who
with
do
that
you want?
said,
Do you have a name for us that maybe they'll go out and get?
I actually don't mind Reich, but I don't think he wants to. I mean, Oscar's saying he wants to be a consultant, so maybe that's true. But I mean, that's who I was kind of hoping we would get, is someone who is experienced enough to play call in the NFL, but not having bigger aspirations of being a head coach again. Because I mean, a lot of people tend to forget that some of our coordinators isn't because we pick shitty coordinators. Some are. I mean, Patullo and Johnson are shit coordinators, and we just never should have picked them. We should have
Linda,
learned from
real
our
quick.
mistakes.
Yeah, Linda, let me grab this real fast. Linda Conyers says Daboll and McDaniel were being considered for head coaching jobs, so it wouldn't have worked out. Linda, thank you. Eagles Drew with the super chat. Thank you, Rob, for giving a real answer. Salute. Again, I asked him to give me an answer. But thank you. He must have reached out to you. Get in here now.
I've been watching. I just
again, I don't know what all the indignancy is. We got Eagle fans in here not happy with this, not in the Zoom, in the chat. Again, everybody can fan however they want to fan. I'm just asking the questions. I'm asking the same questions about Jonathan Gannon and how we don't want him and he might be our defensive coordinator. Yet we're not getting all bent out of shape about it.
If you remember, Rob Daboll, he was
or Brian, Rob or
Brian, quarterback coach at Alabama.
Well, yeah, I know that he was coordinator for when Hurts was there. I mean, I get all that, but right.
Me, I'm just hunching. But
that's a good question. Let's ask that question.
And you figure that Jalen Hurts will probably be.
I know you're not, Bruce, but clearly Drew's not happy with how We're conducting ourselves, or I'm conducting myself. Oh well, thank you.
We're just asking questions. You're not doing
Again,
anything
I'm
wrong.
asking questions like
Yeah.
I started. I didn't come saying, "Oh, let's get into the Eagle." No, this part of,
Dallas has the same questions on the defensive side of the
hey
ball.
Momo, if we wanted to talk about Washington, we would talk about him. But there's nothing to talk about. All we know is that the quarterback needs a sandwich, right? At this point, that's all we really know. Rob A, Eagles Drew, salute, bro. Here it is. Ultra Cowboy. I am surprised no college coaches are getting interviewed. Again, that's for Rob, our Eagle guy here. Why? That would seem like a smart thing to do.
Be mindful in Philadelphia, man. The expectations are high. I mean, to me, it's Super Bowl or bust every year, especially in this window that we have. So I don't think that they're wanting to bring in college experienced coaches. They want a seasoned coordinator that's going to be able to handle the pressure, not only winning, but also just coordinating in Philadelphia. Right. I mean, just look what Patullo just went through with his house getting egged and shit like that. This isn't for any Mike McDaniel. I can see a suicide watch on someone like him 4 weeks into the season if we're losing. I mean, really,
no, Eagles.
You know what I mean? He's not built for Philadelphia. He's just not.
I agree.
Logan wants Frank Reich or college. Coordinator.
Yeah, and I want Frank Reich as well. I just don't know. I think they're hesitant on bringing in a college coordinator because, again, the window's now. I don't think the Philadelphia. I don't think the Eagles' window is closed right now.
No, it's open.
But we're making stupid mistakes like we did in 23 by, promoting Patullo. We should have learned from that from Brian Johnson. It just doesn't work. And so it closes the window when we're self-imploding. The only ones that's hurting the Eagles are the Eagles.
Okay, my two questions.
Let me read the super chat, then you can ask your question. Bobby Schmurder, if you think I'm weak for being satisfied with 2 Super Bowls wins, of course I want more. I've seen a lot of fans die, never seeing one. I think about that. Bobby, that's the way you should think. That doesn't mean you don't want more. That's the difference. But that's where, and I'm not going down that road, but, again, just imagine being a Brown fan or a Lion fan, right? Or a Viking fan or a Buffalo Bill fan, right? It's got to be tough. Bobby, nothing wrong. You have them in your back pocket, brother. I always say the story where, I have at least customers on my route who, this one guy in particular, they call Salvis, old Sal Velarde. He won a Super Bowl, and then he passed away before the next season. He got to see his Super Bowl. He had a heart condition, and he was holding out. He wasn't on his deathbed, but it's almost like when he won that Super Bowl, he was able to see something, So nothing wrong with that, Bobby. Thank you for the super chat. All right, finish whoever was
fortunate to get to see 5 because I remember between 77 and 92, 15 years waiting for a third Super Bowl.
That's why I got upset with Leo that one time when he's trying to demean my 5. I'm like, I literally saw 4 of the 5. What are you talking about? I'm not old.
Right.
What are we talking about here?
Rob,
who was talking? Who was talking?
I want to ask you a question, Rob.
All right. Well, who was talking that I cut off of?
Oh, it's okay.
No, I'm
I
talking
basically
about before
got
I
out what
started
I
the
was
super
saying.
chat. Was it Rob or was it Momo?
It was me.
All right, go ahead, Momo.
So what about Brian Leftwich? Would you be open for him?
Byron Leftwich. I would love Byron Leftwich. I don't know. I'm not an Eagle fan. Rob, would you like Byron Leftwich? You don't know much. He hasn't. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he's an offensive coordinator / quarterback.
I mean, he's off the table now. But how about Eric Bieniemy wasn't brought in?
Well, he's official. He
wasn't even brought in. How about this name? How about what's his name? How about Deuce Staley? I don't know. I'm just spitballing, Rob. I'm trying to find you a coach who.
How about Shady McCoy?
Shady.
I got one.
Get Dan.
What about Cliff Kingsbury? Cliff Kingsbury could be somebody.
His name's on the radar as well.
What about? I got somebody.
He's got that reputation of not finishing up seasons. He'll start.
That's the thing,
and then and then he fades away. I think what it is with his offense that he runs, I think the problem with that is that I think the defense will start catching on to his scheme a little bit quicker than some others, and I'm not a fan of Kingsbury to come in.
Yeah, and I feel like he's one of those coordinators too that are just looking for another job. Rob, he'll want a head coaching gig again.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, he does the same plays over and over and over.
Right,
and
he gets predictable by the end of the season. That's correct, Moma.
I have a question for Rob. So the Cowboys brought in Christian Parker for an interview for DC.
Yeah, good question, Dan.
This is a good question for you since we got you here. How do you feel about Christian Parker?
He loves it.
Yeah, he's good. I mean,
I want him.
He's done a good job of developing our cornerback. We have 2 first-team All-Pros in our secondary. That's pretty damn good. And he held it down with even Blankenship. Blankenship wasn't great by all means, but he wasn't the reason why we've lost any of the games. I mean, he was a serviceable safety. And then when Makuba going down, I thought Marcus Epps played pretty damn good to fill in for Makuba. So I'm a big fan of not losing Parker. But if you guys get him, he's definitely going to improve your defense, in my opinion.
I think so too. I want him back. I want him or Jones from Minnesota.
I'm going to give you a couple names here. Not in any particular order. Mike Kafka. I think
I believe he was our quarterback's coach there for a while there.
Well, I remember he was the. Remember he took over the interim for the Giants.
Right.
So don't forget about Mike Kafka. There are plenty of guys out there. Maybe Jim Bob Cooter, who I really like.
That's why I mentioned in the chat.
Okay.
When they asked me who I liked, it was Jim Bob.
And Zach Robinson is good. Former Falcon offensive coordinator from the Sean McVay tree. I don't know. I don't know. And the only, I mean, I don't know if you would like this name, Bobby Slowick. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Dolphins senior passing game, and Matt Nagy. Okay, so those are the ones that are still out there.
Hey, Holly, I just looked at my contract. I told Jerry I can't take the position.
Joe Brady would be nice, but I doubt it. He won't get a head coaching job.
So I can't take this DC job for the Cowboys because too many incentives. Yeah, I'm backing out.
You're backing out. Okay.
I got to change my shirt.
Harry Cooter.
I heard Matt Nagy's name out there too. That the Eagles interviewed as well.
I didn't know they interviewed Nagy, but I just know that makes sense. I think the most sense is Jim Bob Cooter. If I'm picking it for the Eagles, I would go him. I didn't know you said that. And then probably maybe, I'm telling you, dark horse is Kafka, Zach Robinson. I'm just looking at a bunch of names, but those are the ones that are jumping out. I don't think you got Todd Monken. I don't know. I think he's going to end up with
with the New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's about, again, that's what you're looking at, guys.
Probably Weiss. I mean, if we're going to go for somebody in college, I like to get him in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hearing that Zach Robinson did interview. Matt Nagy interviewed. Jim Bob Cooter interviewed. Mike Kafka interviewed. And John Grizzard interviewed. So these are all guys that are confirmed interviewed. So it's not like they haven't been doing it. They just haven't hired anybody. So not many. There's a lot of jobs out there. So it's not like it's. I'm just asking a question. Don't shoot the messenger, for crying out loud.
I didn't take any offense when I was sitting back eating dinner listening to
I'm
what you're
just trying
saying.
to answer. You know, I didn't know that there was a myth quote by an Eagles beat writer. I don't know.
There was. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can only go by. I didn't see the misquote. I know Hallie looked it up. Anyway, who's trying to talk? I'm sorry.
No, I said the Grizz guy used to play with the Air Force Academy. He was a quarterback.
Grizzle. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I never heard
so
of him.
I know Washington is looking for Carl Scott. I think that's his name.
Yes, Carl Scott is the
technical
DB coach for the Seahawks.
Yes, they're looking at him. That's one of the. That's one of the candidates. Yes.
Okay.
That's another thing. And these teams got to be eliminated from the playoffs, and they'll start being interviewed. Like Leonard and all that, like in person.
Do you think that Christian Parker could be
hard? Yeah.
Would he be do you think he's DC coach for like can he handle the job?
I don't think anybody knows that. He's never called plays.
I mean, he's never
Right.
called plays
Yeah.
in the NFL.
To
I
sit
think he
there
has
and
in
say
college
for
but,
sure, but to
yeah.
Rob's, let me ask Rob. There's two. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, okay, it's a different situation than if you're the Philadelphia Eagles coming off a Super Bowl, right? If you're the Dallas Cowboys, I think you need to be in a young mode, a dare to be great mode, rather than a recycled ex-head coach. We've been down this road before. Let's try and find the next Mike McDaniel. You may miss, right? But let's try.
Let's try. Absolutely.
Is that a bad way of thinking, or should you just go with Jonathan Gannon? Right? Let's just go with Jonathan Gannon because we know he's been a head coach, and I don't understand why people are so worried about. So, I'm sorry. Look, what's your thought? I don't know. We're hearing a lot of Jesse needs to silence his shit. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, Rob.
No, I agree with you. I think just bringing in these recycled bums. I mean, I think Eberflus was a bum. You've done the same thing over and over again. Clearly, it's not working. Go young, go innovative, go.
If you're wrong, then whatever. But
it's okay. But at least try.
And I like the idea of really concentrating on the secondary. I think we would all agree. The one guy who actually played well was Quinnen Williams. Regardless of scheme, he could just beat the guy in front of him, right? It seemed like everybody was lost and confused and did not respond to Eberflus. And we're being told that when they pushed Eberflus up to the box, that he was done then. My thing to you is you should have just fired him then. Why are we playing this game? Go up into the box.
If you kind of think about it, your secondary has been in shambles for the last 3 years. I mean, it was pretty much exposed during that Green Bay game in the playoffs where there were receivers there wasn't a cornerback or a safety 5 yards within some of those plays that were so out of place. But the talent is there. You have good talent on your secondary. It reminds me kind of like the Eagles offense with like Patullo. The talent's there, but the coaching isn't. The direction isn't. The culture isn't. Yeah. And that's what I think Parker could bring to your defenses. I think he would be like Al Harris, where if you kept Al Harris, promoted him to a defensive coordinator instead of losing him, that secondary would, I think, would stay intact. They would have direction. They wouldn't be out of position. And I think that's what Christian Parker would bring to you guys is a winning culture. I mean, let's face it.
And he's been in multiple spots, and I like. I don't know if you missed my opener, but real quick, Jacob says Al Harris going to interview with the DC spot with the Commandos. What I would say is, who the hell's coming in? Oh, my son. I would say I don't know if you heard early on when I was talking about Christian Parker, how he addresses his team, not only teaching scheme and where to be, but holding the players accountable as to why you need to be there. You know what I mean? It's not just knowing your job. It's knowing the whole concept behind why you're being told to go wherever you're being told on a particular play. Knowing the why, he calls it. Knowing why we're being taught to go here, there, wherever we ask you to go. And that's in any organization. You get all these people who are very book smart and will follow you to a T, but you can't get them to think out the box or think for themselves or know the overall goal. Why are we doing what we're doing? Well, because of this. And I don't know. I like him. I'm not saying he's my number one, but outside of Jim Leonard, I would like a Christian Parker. And he's never called plays, so it's a gamble. It's an absolute gamble.
But another thing that Christian Parker brings as well is the fact that he knows how to deal with personalities, which I think Dallas has some personalities on that defensive side of the ball. Why, at least they used to, I should say. Yeah. But I mean, for him to sit there and deal with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, because you remember a lot of the reports were coming out of Philadelphia. There's one reason why we shipped his ass out is because him and Parker had shouting matches. Yeah, there were shouting matches in the locker room and shit. That Parker's like, either you get rid of this guy or then I'm out kind of thing. So he knows how to deal with personality. So again, I'm high on Parker. I think if we lose him, it's going to be a big loss. And frankly, I hope you guys don't get him.
Yeah, no, I hear you. We're just trying to sift through it. But this is the first time in a long time that we had an actual. Normally, it's the 2 Rooney Rule guys, and we hire who Jerry wants to hire. Let's be honest. That's how it's been. So
it's a lot of unknowns with all these guys.
It'd be the first time. It would be the first time in decades that the Cowboys would be hiring a coach like him in their tenure, because Jerry has never hired an African American coach. He's never hired one.
Yeah, Chris Richard was our defense coordinator. He was black head coach.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, I'm talking about like for head coach purposes or OC or DC, something like that.
Yeah, Chris Richard was our DC.
Yeah, that's true.
He's African American.
Yeah, that's true.
The Cowboys operate out of comfort, which is why I am surprised they ain't called Rex Ryan.
Well,
I'll be honest.
I think they did.
We're throwing out all these names and who've never called defenses in their damn lives. I'm sorry. I'd rather trust a guy that's been doing that shit for a long time, like a Rex, who brings an attitude, who knows how to call the defense, who brings charisma, who brings leadership. I'd rather have the proven commodity than unknown.
Hey, you ever thought about this? Maybe Rex still pissed off what he did to his brother.
I don't know how you feel about that, Robbie. I feel like Rex Ryan, like everyone's like poo-pooing the whole Rex Ryan thing. I'm sorry, like, you know, everyone who thinks that man can't call the defense, you've lost your mind. You've lost your mind.
I like Rexy, but you know, to me, it's like now the pupil's the head coach, and and the old man is now the coordinator. If they could coexist, I don't see any problem with that.
How old
I
is
think he
Rex?
brings
He's like in his mid
64.
No, he's
so like I said, so y'all don't
64?
think that Rex is not going to be upset and a little short-sighted? He'll say, "Dog, how they treated my brother when he was here, I didn't like it."
Yeah, Cowboys didn't treat Rob Ryan bad. Rex already talked about what he would do with the Cowboys defense. He'd switch him to a 3-4. He would switch him to a 3-4. He turned Ezaraku into he'd turn him into a linebacker / pass rusher. He'd use Osa more as rushing the passer. He's already been talking about the Cowboys defense, what he would do.
The defense is in his blood, man. He just came from a pedigree of just coaching background
he's came from coaching background. Defense. Has he ever called a bad defense? Like, we got about 3 good years left with Dak. Y'all want to roll the dice on unknowns on Dak's last 3 or 4 years at playing at a high level? Be my guest.
Well, I'm just saying that we have to understand that if you look at the regime in the NFL, it's getting younger and younger. And the 2,000 coaches are pretty much gone.
Here's what I hear what you're saying. Here's my thing, Rob and everyone for Rex Ryan. We're gonna hire a younger guy that is gonna come in. We're gonna hire a guy that's gonna come in here for a year or 2 and then get a head coach interview. You hire Rex Ryan, he ain't going to be a head coach anywhere for the next 3-4 years. All these other guys you're gonna hire, they're gonna be in here 1 year gone, 2 years gone, 1 season gone, and a head coach. Like, no.
Those are the chances you take, though. I mean, and to me, if you could get 1 or 2 good years out of him while Dak is still in his window, I mean, why not? So if you go with the Christian Parker and he could elevate your defense and
I need a guy that's going to be here for 4 years, Robert. We've had
those years are gone. Those years are gone.
Linda Connor says, "I'm not saying I wouldn't want Frank. He just doesn't seem motivated." Yeah, I agree, Linda. That's why we're asking the question: why are certain guys not? It's a motivation factor. Wade, there's rumor that Rex Ryan may go to the Giants.
Oh, there's a rumor of that now.
That's I know, certain people don't want us to talk about rumors, but that's a rumor.
Is that new?
That's my whole thing. Is like, if I get Rex, I'll know I'll have him for maybe at least Schottenheimer's entire contract. I don't think he'll bail. He ain't gonna want to be a head coach. I need continuity in my defense.
I agree
But
with
what
you
if he
on that.
walked into the meeting room and he's sniffing somebody's feet, like real weird?
Yeah, what if that happens, Walker? What if that happens?
What if
Yeah,
he's just
imagine that.
going? I'm sorry.
Going
go
to
ahead.
town on the pinky toe.
The Cowboys did interview him last year. I mean, that's a fact. So
Marcus, you're stupid, dude.
Dude, man, comes in, he's got 2 toes in his mouth.
Well, this is a rumor that I've heard, though. This was about a few days ago. Is that the Titans are looking at Aaron Wycotton for their DC job with
Jimbo, I like
Robert
it.
Saleh being the head coach. I could see Aaron Wycotton leaving.
it's just one of them things. The Cowboys on the defense, our defense is not that good right now, and the most thing we need is continuity and better players, and we haven't had that in a while. We've been playing musical chairs with our defense coordinators.
Now wait, let me just just offer
That's
you
just my
this.
opinion.
Yeah, no, and I'm not against it. I'm not saying, I doubt. I mean, listen, listen. If you get blown up, I'm fine. Not many people are knocking down Rex Ryan's door right now. I think our issues are in the secondary, coaching secondary. You have a young, very talented corner in Savon Ravel. We very well could have another high drafted corner this year. Who better to get than somebody who excels in coaching the secondary, right? I mean, so again, I think Jim Leonard would be the perfect choice. But let's not act like has risk. He's called plays at the college level, but he's never called a defense at the pro level. Am I right in assuming? I mean, so it's all going to be, there is no absolute answer, right? You know who's an absolute answer? And he's probably going to be the head coach of Cleveland, and that's Jim Schwartz. Yeah, if you're telling me that Jim Schwartz is available, fine. But why would Jim Schwartz, I mean, if he looks at it, he's got arguably the best defensive lineman to lace him up. Okay, I mean, why does he feel the need to go somewhere else to be a defensive coordinator?
It's a stupid ass organization. They're dumb when they have to give him a second interview when he's been in the building for the last 40 years.
That's ridiculous. I did, but why would you want to come to Dallas is what I'm saying. You might as well just stay there and coach Myles Garrett. But not that they've reached out, because not that I don't know that they have. That would be the one name, Jim Schwartz. That would be the name.
I'll throw this out. Let me ask you, Rob or Brian, whoever wants to answer this, game time. Would you rather have Gannon or Rex? If it comes down to Rex or Gannon, who are you taking, Rob or game time?
I would take Rex, but I don't know.
You would take Rex Ryan in a heartbeat.
Rob, who would you take?
I would take Rex. I mean, to me, Gannon. I mean, to me, what left? Listen, Gannon was we got pretty close to the sack. Yeah, and our sack record was almost there, like the year that we went to the Super Bowl. What I don't like about him is I just don't like the lack of professionalism that he showed the Eagles there. How he handled the whole situation of lying, saying he's staying put, and then he was over there house hunting Super Bowl week. So to me, if you're house hunting during Super Bowl week, your mind isn't on the game. You're there for your selfish reasons of already knowing what you're doing, and you lied to the organization. If we knew that he was leaving then, we could have had Vic Fangio a year earlier, the year that he left but said he was staying. So I don't like I don't like his professionalism or the lack thereof when it comes to Gannon. So I think he's a snake. I wouldn't want him in my building. I don't think he's a bad coordinator, but I just don't like the way he handles business.
Yeah,
and character goes a long way, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I don't, I think they were kind of placating Clayton Adams, who was, he was pushing for his buddy who gave him an opportunity. Gannon, who was the head coach, brought in Clayton Adams, so he felt the need to return the favor. I'm just glad he left the building without a job. He's on the table. If Dallas, like I opened up with Dallas. And the football that's coming up this weekend, then we moved into the Eagles. Dallas could be in the same situation if somebody takes Durante Jones from us and Christian Parker, who's getting interviews. Wade, These guys are getting interviewed all around the league. So it's not just Dallas taking a flyer on somebody. These are highly touted individuals. So again, I like where this is going.
I could see all of our people that we're bringing in and get jobs.
What's up,
They'll
Tony
take
Boo?
jobs other places, and we're kind of just left with, the hope of Jim Leonard. And hell, if the Broncos somehow beat the Patriots and in the Super Bowl, there goes you're delaying a defense coordinator for another 3-4 weeks.
Ultra Cowboy says the Rams DC went from position coach to DC, but let's bring in a 150-year-old DC. Yeah, I think that's Rex is not happening, but that would be a fallback if they got blown up. They did bring him in a couple years ago, so whatever.
You're poo-pooing. Okay, well, how old's the DC of the Kansas City Chiefs?
Banks? Probably mid-60s.
Probably mid-60s.
Yeah, Rex is in his 60s, and don't give me that shit. Wade Phillips was in a Super Bowl like damn near in his 90s. I don't want to hear that.
It isn't his age that worries about me with Rex. What worries about me is I hope.
No. It was the guy that made the comments. 90-year-old defensive coordinator.
Right.
Like Wade Phillips was hot garbage or something at the age of 150.
Well, Vic Fangio's not a spring chicken by any means, but I think the only concern I have with Rex is I just hope the game hasn't passed him by.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Right.
Yeah. But his bio does say Rex Ryan likes long walks on the beach and smelly feet. So listen, you never know. There's a lot. It's very hot in Dallas, Wade. Do you think he would have any problem with the feet in Texas? You'd probably get some janky ass feet in Texas.
Probably get some stinky feet with that humidity over here.
I'd rather not.
So anybody want to get in here? I know we haven't heard from Randy McIntyre.
Give me Rex Ryan and Rob Ryan as the secondary coach.
Oh God, too much
hair.
Get
the whole.
Let's just get
all. Look, we need a circus. We're already a circus here in Dallas. Let's just bring the whole circus in. F it.
I've changed my mind a little bit. I think I want Parker over Leonard because of the defensive backfield. Okay, if Leonard's such a great hire, he just gave up 30 points. Their team did last week.
Well, he's not the DC there, though.
Well, I know. I understand that. But I'm just saying that I don't know. You can kill two birds with one stone, and that's kind of take from the Eagles.
Both. I would say Leonard, Parker, Durante Jones, Gadden. You're saying Parker, Leonard. I just think I want an absolute motivator. I want a guy that the players will run through a wall for, and that's why I like Leonard.
I agree with you, Brian.
Yeah.
I just want. I don't want to retread here. I want somebody young that they're going to be here 2 or 3 years,
Right.
if they're good, then all of a sudden we're really looking. And I'm not poo-pooing Rex Ryan because I think he would be a good hire.
Young, Randy. I'm okay with someone young, like you're saying, Randy. My whole thing is I'm going to address Ultra. Hold on. What's the coach that left the Eagles and was out of football for like 30 years, came back and won a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Coach the Rams.
The crybaby.
He cried all the time.
Talking about
Vermeil.
Dick Vermeil.
Vermeil. Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about coaches leaving the NFL for an extended period of time like Dick Vermeil, and they said the same shit, Ultra. You one of those guys that said the same shit about Dick Vermeil, and he proceeded to win a Super Bowl. I don't want to hear shit about that.
No, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think Ryan still has it in him. I think he should be a viable candidate for sure. Me personally, I know where you're going there with it because we're going through the same issues with our offensive coordinators that you're talking about with your defense coordinators. You're worried about Parker getting hired, excelling that defense, and then being gone after a year or two, getting a head coaching position. I get that. Then you have to bring in another one. I totally get that. We had to deal with that when Steichen left and then when Kellen Moore left. So I mean, you're not wrong for thinking Rex Ryan can go in there and do the job and be content and not wanting the head coach position. So you have
I think someone that's going to be here for at least 3 seasons.
I
Rob,
get that.
I mean, you want the same thing in your organization because y'all are losing your offensive coordinators left and right. We lose our defensive coordinators every year. I need a guy who's going to be here for 3 seasons at least.
Yes.
Breaking
Yep, I
news.
agree.
Mets in talks to
get that.
acquire Freddie Peralta. Nice. Dirty Sanchez with the super chat. Yes, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. 49ers killed 53 of them a couple weeks ago. LOL.
I just think that I don't want a former coach to be a coordinator. That's just me, because every time when we go down that route, it just seems to be bad news all over again. I'm all in favor of bringing in a young-minded coordinator for me, because I want to see new blood in here. I want to see how the new blood works with our players, and I really do think that Jim Leonard or somebody like a Christian Parker, like Rob A. said, would help this group of players that we have. Because remember, Dak's not getting any older. Remember this.
Or younger.
Any younger, right. But
You're not getting Leonard.
I think that it's going to have to come down to Jim Leonard or Christian Parker. I think it's going to come down to either of those two.
Bobby Smurder says, win one this century, Dirty, then you could talk. Thank you, Bobby.
Dan, enjoy
The thing with Leonard, though, Leonard coaching that secondary, it's kind of been easy pickings for him, because Hufanga was already established when he, hit the roster this year from San Fran, and Sertan was damn near the best.
Near the bottom with interceptions.
Right.
So
that's because people don't throw.
Numbers. Yeah.
It's a fact that the Cowboys interviewed Rex Ryan last year, Ultra. It's a fact. So don't act like no one talks to him.
All right. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
No, so I mean, what I again respect about Parker is the fact that he turned 2 corners just in their second year into all pros, and Leonard has had the luxury of inheriting Sertan and Hufanga, who Sertan came out of the draft, probably the top corner, from the get-go. I mean, Sertan, and you don't have a lot of interceptions, but people just don't throw his way. Right. They're just funny enough not to throw his way. So I don't know, is it Leonard or is it, the players, or is it a combination of both, And I think it's a combination of both. I think Leonard would be a great coordinator for sure, but the jury's still out on the fact that he does have good talent on that team.
Why, Wade? Why?
People are asking, what's the obsession with young coaches? It's like the old coaches just don't do it anymore, huh?
Nobody's
Vic Fangio, coordinated one of the best defenses in the league this year. So I'll give it up to old coaches. I wish we could have a offensive coordinator who is like-minded and has that mentality of not wanting to.
Yeah, Andy Reid is arguably the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. And how old is Andy Reid? 180? I don't want to hear shit about old coaches.
With age, but if you could pick Thomas Garrett, are you there? Anyway, if you could pick, you would probably want to go with somebody who relates to the players. That's all. I mean, I would want somebody who is putting out the similar message as Brian Schottenheimer. I would actually be okay with Rex because him and Shoddy are very good together. So I'm not saying I want him, but I mean, if you ended up with Rex, I'd rather have Rex than.
Hold on, I gotta address some game time. Ultra, how much you want to bet that Rex Ryan got interviewed by the Cowboys last year? How much you want to throw on the line?
Well, yeah, we gotta stop betting because
that's a fact. You already know that is a fact. Look it up, Ultra.
Well, Rex is a people's coach anyway, so I don't think you'd have problem buying. He has always been a people's coach. Like, you hear Bart talking about it on Get Up all the time, how he loved being coached by Rex.
My thing is that why haven't the Eagles blocked Christian Parker from interviewing with other teams with DC openings? That's my thing. Why are they letting Christian Parker do these interviews?
I believe they love the culture of always growing. When I was a manager in a call center, my best associates, I would always want them to get promoted in a leadership role if that's the route they wanted to go. I mean, it sucks to lose them, but at the same time, don't hinder their growth.
Jimmy Johnson, Vic Fangio, Wade Phillips, all old, to Bobby's point. Yes, Rex Ryan did interview for the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator position early in 2024, around February 7th, they're saying, following Dan Quinn's departure. The Cowboys ultimately hired Mike Zimmer. That was the last time, Wade. It wasn't this past season. It was the the season before when they hired Zimmer.
No. I'm just simply saying Ultra's claiming that the Cowboys never interviewed Rex. That's false.
No, I'm reading it now. It was February 7th in 2024 before they ended up with Zimmer. And that was a mistake, right? They probably should have went with Rex. So, but they wanted, who they felt comfortable with, and not that Zimmer was horrible. I think it was more of, I don't know. I don't really know why it failed, but it probably just a lack of defensive tackles.
But let's say if it did come down to Leonard or Parker and Durante Jones stays in Minnesota, who would you guys want between those
Parker. You would take Parker.
I would take Leonard.
Nah, but get Parker.
I would go Leonard.
Jesse's voting Leonard.
I would go Leonard. Then I would go Parker. Then I would go Jones. That's just
then
me.
You end up with Parker.
I hope you guys get Leonard because I don't want to lose Parker, but I think we're going to lose Parker.
Well, I think Parker's going regardless. So whether he comes to Dallas or Green Bay or wherever, he's all over. So thanks, Logan.
No, Ultra. If Wade was the GM,
Wade was the GM, we would be the Browns.
No, we wouldn't, because if Wade was the GM, we would have fired Mike McCarthy and hired Sean Payton when he was available.
Who would have We would, yeah, I agree with that. Sean Payton,
we would have
had to give
fired
up
Mike
two number ones,
McCarthy
though.
and hired Sean Payton when he was available. So don't sit there and tell me we'd be the Browns, because no, the fuck we wouldn't.
I think you'd have a better chance of being the Rams and then being in cap hell, though, for about 4 years. Bobby Smurder, Dallas knows all about couch for 30 years.
Jesse, you can have Durante Jones as your DC. You can have him.
Yeah.
Do you think one of the reasons some Eagle fan, I'm not saying all of them, just some certain Eagle fans don't want us to have Parker, is that Parker, if we did get Parker, that he would try to poach some of the other Eagle coaches along over here, say like Clint. This just an example. Clint Hurt.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah, I could see that.
I actually believe Parker is. See, I don't know. Again, I just like what I hear from Leonard. So as far as motivational,
So do I.
So you know, he's going to get a job, whether it's with Dallas. I think Dallas is going to get Leonard or Parker. If it's anybody other than that, I think Durante Jones. There's a little bit more skepticism. Minnesota secondary hasn't played great either. So I just want everybody to just remember that. Durante Jones, if you really truly want to get better, like in the secondary, then you're going to go with Leonard or Parker. That's it. Leonard plays safety. He was 5'8". He played with the Jets. The dude should have never been in the NFL. He did it with heart, guts, his smarts. He's a great communicator. I'm fine with that. That's who I want. Or a Christian Parker. I'm fine. I like Leonard or Rex as Tony Boo. Again, Rex has a lot of supporters. Rex is a very, what do you call it? What's the, Rex? Rex is a very, what's the, for like personality. Guys like Rex Ryan, right? Normally players love Rex. So he's a player. I think he's a player's coach. And so that, I don't have a problem with it. Just wouldn't be my first choice. That's all. Similar to the Eagles, Dallas, they're doing an in-depth, and I like it. I'd rather them do this and wait and, bring in Leonard and then make a decision, so.
I think the reason why that if we get Jim Leonard, I think he would have a lot of say in our
Thank you, Tony.
as well. Because remember, if he wants a safety, the best safety in this draft is Caleb Downs. It could be something, or it could be nothing.
All right, somebody go, baby. Somebody go.
Hey, let me jump in there real quick. Let me just say this real quick. The reason why I came in a little hot is because I find that there's I'm from Philly. I grew up in Philly, born and raised. Eagles fan from whatever. I know the media. That's why they call fire. That's why they call the media Negadelphia there, because it's so negative. And what I don't like is the fact that we have Josh Allen, who hasn't seen the same amount of success as Jalen Hurts. Nowhere near close to it. We have the quarterback in San Diego never won a playoff game, right? And here it is. You have Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls. So he's been in the playoffs every year. He's a starter, Super Bowl MVP, all of that, and he's not getting. He's for the media to say something to the effect that the people don't want to come and play because of Jalen. Where's the same energy for Josh Allen? Josh Allen just got his head coach fired, possibly his offensive coordinator. Josh Allen hasn't sniffed nowhere near as much as Jalen has, and he has a 2-year head start. There was no.
Man.
Well, let me just say that I'm gonna finish it up. This man threw for 4 turnovers in a divisional round of the football game last Sunday. If it was Jalen Hurts that did that, he would be crucified. If it was Lamar Jackson, no, but I'm saying, but if it was Lamar, if it was not, well, I mean, Dak just doesn't do those things, right? Not to be funny, Dak is not on their
He's won 2
level.
playoff games. It's not like he hasn't won a playoff
Yeah,
game. You know what I mean?
he's
I know
not.
what you're
Yeah,
saying,
but he's
is what I'm
not.
trying to
He's
say.
not on their level, right?
Well,
what I'm saying is, let me just finish up. I'm calling out. Let me just finish, please. I'm calling out the negative information that's being put out there because we need to give Josh Allen the same energy. You need to give the kid here in San Diego the same energy.
I don't know. I have.
Yeah, no, everybody doesn't. In the national media doesn't. In the local media doesn't. And fans don't.
I'm not here to say, Drew, what we're hearing is right or wrong. Matter of fact, I specifically said what is going on. That's all. And I agree. I don't understand. I just think they need to. What's that, Marcus?
He do get a pass. I'm sorry, Josh Allen. He don't catch that heat, man.
No, he don't.
He doesn't.
Drew made an excellent point. If it was Lamar, it would have been all over him.
If it was Jalen, threw 4 interceptions, he would be crucified. Nobody gets that. And listen, is there a race that plays a part into it? I believe it does. I believe in Philadelphia it plays a part of it. So I know because I grew up in that era with like there's no team that I remember that's been more progressive with black quarterbacks than the Philadelphia.
I gotta read the super chat.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I gotta read the super chat.
So that's where I'm coming with the false narratives. We got to stop doing that.
Well, we're just talking. That's what I mean. This isn't ESPN. We're talking about everything that we're hearing, whether it's right, wrong. We're hearing a lot of shit. Dirty Sanchez with the super chat. Yeah, let him finish what he's saying. He's got someone's heart in his hand, trying to pump it back to life.
Exactly.
Hey, what about Lamar Jackson to Vegas? That's out there now too.
Yeah, it is out there.
Yeah, but see,
that's interesting.
Oh yeah.
But we just talked to Eugene Monroe, who is a former first-round pick for the Ravens, and he was plugged into the Ravens. He was shooting it down. It's like that's bogus reporting, and that's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people put out stuff, and we want to be different from the 4 and 3 letter networks. We have to be on point because Eugene was like, "That's bogus. That's not happening." You know what I mean?
What's not?
What are you referencing to, Drew? Because I'm just curious.
Yeah, what's happening?
What do you mean? What's bogus? What's bogus?
Eugene Monroe was on. We were on with him yesterday.
Yeah.
Like what's the podcasting or whatever?
It's Leo. The bird section.
What is he saying?
Okay. So the bird section. Okay.
Yeah, he was on the bird section last night. He came and graced us, and we were able to ask him some questions.
Been there, so
yeah, he's asking us questions, and you can go back and check it out. And somebody brought that up. Somebody brought up, talking about, hardball and about the culture change that I believe. I was saying the same thing. I look at the Giants as a threat, bigger threat than Washington and Dallas now. Instantly, because of Harbaugh, he instantly changes the culture. The culture has changed immediately. And he has, unlike other teams, which I don't want to get anybody triggered, there's weapons, there's a lot of talent on the defense, there's talent on the offense, not lopsided talent where there's all offense and there's hardly any talent on the defense. He changes that culture. And I'm really looking at the Giants now Like I'm like, wow, they're making some really moves, some really
I don't
good
know
moves.
about that, Drew. They got a lot of question marks though.
Yeah, they have the worst offensive line in the division.
Yeah,
they got the worst receiving
core
core in the division as we sit here. As we sit here right now, and they have the worst, quarterback in the division. So again, they may be on the right track, but they have a long way to go to catch the other three teams.
I never said we're going to
Dallas has just as much longer to go.
We're not talking that. We're talking offensive line, the quarterback play, wide receiver group. They have a good future with Harbaugh. What has he won lately anyway? Do we know?
Yeah,
so we're gonna just poo-poo the culture that but so we're just gonna poo-poo the fact that he's one of the best.
But he
went there for the money.
He went for 20 million a year.
So he doesn't bring pedigree guys. That's what you're saying.
Like him.
Doesn't bring pedigree.
Why they fire him, Drew?
He's invented Drew, if he's so great, why did he fire him?
Right, he was being fired regardless. They said.
Okay, so if Andy Reid is so great, why did he? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why did Andy Reid get fired?
Well, he should. He fired Doug Peterson too. So
exactly. That's because Doug. But see, we got to put context to everything, people. But why did Doug get fired?
Because he didn't.
Why did Doug get fired?
Because he didn't want to play ball with the analytics with the front office.
It's the quarterback.
Okay, so guess what? If you don't play ball, if you don't follow the rules at your job, do they keep you or you get fired?
Well, obviously, yes.
Come on, guys. That's what I'm saying. Let's be real and honest in what we're talking about.
Drew, who got Harbaugh out of there though? I think Lamar did.
Yeah, Lamar got his ass right out of
And again, that was brought up last night. That was brought up last night
That's Lamar.
from Eugene Monroe, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah, but he don't have to be right neither though.
Yeah, silly. He's
okay.
a nice player.
I'll take your word over somebody that's plugged into the franchise.
He played for him, but he don't.
But he's still plugged. Marcus, he's still plugged into the franchise, my friend. He was showing this test.
We just talking about who got him up out of there.
You got it, bro. Yeah, you got it. I'll take your word over Eugene Monroe.
No, it ain't my word. I'm just saying you're co-signing what he said. That is factual. That's just his opinion.
What I'm saying is it's his opinion, but it's coming. Okay, so whenever somebody from
a did, it's possible that he went upstairs and told that owner it's either him or me.
30
Marcus, when the Dallas Cowboys,
Drew, you better than
that, bro. With the super jack, guys, keep pissing Drew off. People's lives are on the line.
And I'm not saying.
Why y'all keep saying I'm pissed off? I'm not pissed off, bro.
No, let me.
I'm not saying I'm pissed off. I'm not pissed off.
Pay attention to the super chat. Nobody said you're pissed off. You guys need to respect the super chat. When I say super chat, you shut your mouth. Guys, quit pissing Drew off. People's lives are. He's making a joke, Drew, but learn context.
Oh, that's funny.
Because you're in the hospital and we hear noises like you got a heart in your hand. It was a joke. Lighten up.
A heart and lungs. No, what I'm saying is, all I'm saying, Marcus, is am I going to take it? So if a Dallas Cowboy reports on something and says something about the locker room, am I supposed to poo-poo them and say, oh, you know what, Troy Aikman doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He's not connected.
No, but look.
Answer my question, Marcus. Marcus, answer my question. I asked you a question, Marcus.
Well, hold up.
So Marcus
is the Ravens.
Marcus, you're not answering my question.
Let me speak. Let me talk.
I want you to answer my question.
Let me talk too, bro.
You're not answering my question, though.
Yeah, but let me just say this one thing, man. Hold up, bro. Lamar Jackson is the franchise. If he really liked John Harbaugh, he would still be there.
That's a fact.
Come on, bro. You know how it works.
That we don't know that.
Johnson got Paul Westhead out of here. This ain't the first time a star player has done that. So you gotta.
Okay, I'll take your word over, Marcus. Yeah, Marcus, you know, I'll take your word, Marcus.
On,
just like Momo sources, I'll take your word for it.
No, I'm not saying Eugene is wrong, but you're saying that he's right. We don't know.
I didn't say he's right. I'm not saying he's right. What I'm saying is I'll take his word. What I'm saying, I'll take his word over your word or mine.
That's fact. That's not factual, though.
Okay, I'll take your word over mine.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll take your word over.
We don't know what happened on somebody else's show, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I'll take your word over.
Drew always bring the energy on Leo channel, but trust me, I there every stream, Leo Logan. Okay.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I bring energy on every channel.
Yeah, that's how you want it. You don't want to have a boring chat, though. You want to have it
Hell
popping a
yeah, I
little
bring
bit.
energy on every channel.
Bruce,
Yeah, I
see how
respect
serious
that.
he is.
I
It's
respect
football.
that,
Now we
Drew. We
argued
don't
about
gotta agree.
Baltimore, Oscar. Yeah, let's move on. It doesn't really matter at this
You
point.
already know,
I
Drew.
like out of state fans. Logan, stop. You ain't like that. All right. Dirty Sanchez. Oh, hell no. Don't ever take Momo's word for it. Yeah, again, Momo's just being Momo. There's nothing.
Where's
We
Momo
got
at?
to. Momo has sources now. We got to take them
I
serious.
just let him talk. It's not.
Momo
Again, it's
Momo
got
has
good
sources.
again.
He got
That's
sources.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't want to. There's no reason to. I was letting him talk. I think he's entertaining. That's what this is supposed to be. Entertainment. What's that, Marcus?
No, I was just saying with Lamar though, man, that's kind of like really weird, man. Like if he really liked Harbaugh, I think he still would have been here. That's all I'm saying.
I was on board with Harbaugh with Jesse, and I want to hear from Jesse. He hasn't talked much. You hear Jesse?
I'm here, buddy. I'm home.
You're not on the bus, are you, Jesse?
No, I mean I like Harbaugh. I do, but he's an older guy. I know you're excited. What did I say, Jesse? I said it instantly brings your floor up. The days of 3, 4, and 5 wins are over. Now you are going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, now your floor has been raised, but that doesn't mean
raised it.
I think that's a smart way to look at it. But your thoughts to what Drew said, Jesse?
Like I said, I don't know what Drew's saying about my team. My dream thing for my team, yeah, we got Harbaugh, but we have a lot of work to do. We have no O-line.
That's all we're saying.
We got another. We need another. We did a lot of stuff. We're a project in progress. All right, that's what I'm saying. It's going to take a while to let us do something close to smelling the playoffs or even get to the Super Bowl. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not saying we're going to do it. I ain't pounding like my chest like certain other individuals. No, we got work to do.
And you got question marks at receiver and at running back with Scatterbo and Neighbors. They're coming off major injuries.
All we're saying is this.
Okay?
I don't know how many times.
ACL
secondary
and a broken ankle.
I don't know
Those
how many
guys
times
may
I
not be
can
the
say
same
this.
players.
Marcus, I don't know how many times I could say this, that Dallas has to hit free agency. They have to get a defensive coordinator. They got to hit free agency. They got to draft. And then, they got to put it all together. They're not like, they have to do a lot of things before we can all feel like they're ready for prime time as far as NFC championship game. You know what I mean? That's a given.
Right.
Eagles have work to do. Okay, they have work to do. If anybody wants to sit here, especially now, and say, well, now they're just ready to roll, they got work to do. And
not much.
Yeah, they do.
Not much work.
Yeah, you do, brother. You have work
y'all
to
got
do.
issues.
Not much work.
Dude, y'all got issues, bro.
Listen, I would hope that if your team thought that way, that's an issue. You got work to do. You got trucked at home
issues, bro.
in a playoff game against an inferior football team who got rolled last week. That was a home game. Let me finish my thought, brother. I'm talking. Remember? That you were a touchdown favorite at home and got rolled. That's not good. You had all your
mollywop.
We got rolled.
You got rolled.
We got blown out. We got rolled.
Well,
you lost by what? 5 points.
You were a 7-point favorite at home. You had your starting quarterback. You had both. You had all your weapons, and you lost. All I'm saying is you have work to do. And if you think you're just going to show up and win a division, you got another thing.
That's not what I said.
I didn't say you said that. Yeah. I'm telling you, you got work to do. And
I'm saying not much.
Well, that's your opinion. And
your quarterback got work to do, Drew. That quarterback you got, he ain't the guy, bro.
And the Commandos have work
to
do.
Guy.
So to
he's already proven
he's
the guy.
Giants are taking over anything.
Rob, don't even bother.
Nick Foles did it too in the Super Bowl. Where is he at?
Oh no, Nick Foles was a one-hit wonder in there.
Jalen
has a resume. No, wait, hold on now. You can't compare. Wait, hold on, Marcus. You can't compare Nick Foles, where he caught lightning in a bottle to win a Super Bowl, filling in the last 4 games because Wentz tore his ACL.
Hey, Rob,
where Hurts has a resume of success.
But I'm just saying,
we got to look at the level of intelligence we're dealing with. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's ridiculous.
If that's the case,
all I'm saying is,
if that's the case, Jalen should have a statue of 2, right?
Especially
on,
since he won
Marcus.
a Super Bowl. It looked bad the way he looks now. He looked like he shouldn't even be playing in the NFL.
Okay, so is that a lack of talent or a lack of coaching? Because
Hey,
when he
it's
had the
basketball
right,
context.
because when he had Steichen and when he had Kellen Moore,
he can't make
he was in the Super
certain
Bowl.
passes.
Oh no, I don't disagree with you there. I'm not saying he can make every NFL pass. But
Right.
what I'm simply saying though is you can't say my quarterback has issues. My quarterback's issue is he has no fucking consistent direction. That's what we're talking about.
He can't read defenses though.
Well, he reads
See,
the Super Bowl.
but Rob, hey, can I speak to that real quick? See, there's an ignorance to what you're saying, Marcus. I hear what you're saying, bro. But you can't. You get a quarterback. A quarterback has to have a level of cerebral understanding in order for him to have a different offensive coordinator for the last 11. What is it? The last 8 seasons?
8 years. Yeah.
So you can't be a stupid player playing under a different system as a quarterback every year and
go
have
to the playoffs
success.
every year.
And have success, unlike other quarterbacks who've had a consistent offensive coordinator for years and have no success. So let's be clear in the context that we're talking about. And what I'm saying is that we don't have as much work to do as the rest of the division, because our floor, if you look at the last 4 years, our floor is 11 wins compared to everyone else, and our ceiling is 14.
In 2023?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Your team ain't the same, bro. You lost a lot of
Yeah,
players.
so you can't. There we go. You're not answering another question.
Lane Johnson is an old man now. He about
There we go. You can't answer another question.
No, Lane is old, but when Lane's healthy, he's still top 3 best right tackle in the league.
Does Lane come back?
I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back or not.
It's a good question.
But I still think we're in a position where when we go into the draft,
I think
we still have the luxury of picking best available instead of reaching for specific positions.
Exactly. And when you and that goes to my point game time, where you say we have work to do. Yes.
Work to do. Yes.
Not as much work as the rest of the division.
Didn't say that.
Because we can sit. No, I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we have work to do. But compared to the rest of the division, not as much. Because we can go for the best available player.
Well, that's what you want to do. That's how you actually. I was talking
to Dallas right away.
I was talking that today with a couple people. Dallas especially drafts best, like the CD draft, when they do their job in free agency and fill not just with bottom dollar. Go out and make some actual signings with actual players, so you can go into the draft with. Just, hey, listen, if it's a wide receiver or a running back, whatever, you know what I mean? You want to be able to go and draft best possible if it's close. So
well, I agree with you.
That's what you want.
I agree with you.
Physical linebackers.
But the thing with that, though, Marcus, is that Dallas doesn't have the luxury to go in there and pick best available.
Right
where
now
you guys have been missing in the draft is you're reaching for specific position players.
Right. Exactly.
And those players end up
That's
being
why
bust.
I said free agency is big, because you have to
Agreed.
You actually have to fill spots. I'm not going to get
yep.
into the weeds with you guys with names, but you got to go actually and get solid starters. So
legit.
You know, that's all we're saying. Oh,
I think they need to get.
I led off with Dallas has a lot of work. They have 9 steps before we could take a breath. I get it. That nobody was saying anything otherwise, but I just say as an Eagle fan, I would want my team to feel that we got work to do, because, like you said,
and we do.
Like I said, Rob, you got $130 million that Washington's going to have. Now we know that. Yeah, that's not how you win in this league, right? But you can get good quick, right? You could be a thorn in everybody's side if you go out and make a few. So they're going to be players. Giants, to Drew's point, we already know their floor is now. They are up our you-know-what if you're a Dallas fan. We know that.
They're on the radar.
Yeah, they are back. Now, they got a lot of moves they have to do, but,
you know what?
We'll
like what he said in the press conference. He said he wants to play physical football. That's a great thing because that's Giants football, man.
That was Harbaugh.
You know what I mean? Like Dable wanted to be a passing team, finesse team.
His coordinators are going to be, because it'll go a long way. I heard Rex Ryan today. Everybody's assuming Leonard, but I don't know.
Time.
I don't know that it's going to be Leonard. I think it's going to be a more ready. I don't know, but he's going to go out and get the. Yeah, he ain't messing around. He's going to go out and get some highly qualified people.
I think the key to Dallas' success this year has got to go be shoppers in the first week of free agency.
Yeah, if they're not, then
that's going to
they're
make
here
or break
ripping
you
them.
guys. Because you can't sit there and rely on the draft to bring in and fill all the holes that
And we've
that
heard
is
all
there.
this, and we've heard
So they
all
have
this.
to be players.
Rob, we've heard all this. Well, Mike is gone now, so now we could be players. Okay. We've heard it. Now we'll see, right?
Right.
Speaking of Micah, did you hear his latest comments?
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there's no telling.
Oh, my Lord. It's just he doesn't know when, and it's... I don't know. I know he was, I stuck up for him because he is he's a very talented individual. I think it comes natural to him. I don't know that he's the hardest worker. I don't know that he's not. I don't know. He doesn't come off as a leader, who's always kind of like, but he was talking so much about Trayvon Diggs, right? About, he gonna come back. They cut him today. And it's, and it really didn't make any sense how they did it because they could have renegotiated with him. But it's, I don't know that Trayvon wanted it. I don't know. I guess they could still sign him back. He cleared waivers, but basically Micah came out and was talking about being a leader and putting in the hard work in the offseason. And I'm saying to myself, that's not who you are, Micah. You're let's travel the world and I'll show up when I have to be there. To me, $47 million, you can't. I don't think you can make somebody a leader because of the money you make. Am I wrong in that, or you can? Do you guys think because he's making all that money, he could instantly turn into a leader?
Oh, he showed his
There's no way, Mike.
You are who you are.
You know what I mean? Like, why would money? Because you hear stories about guys being the first one there, last one to leave. Sometimes it's Brady. Brady was like that, but that's not who this man is. And to act like all of a sudden that because there was some talk in the locker room. Who's the other edge rusher, Rob, for the Packers? Gary, Rashawn Gary.
Right.
He fell off. Right, he fell off, and supposedly Micah made some comments regarding Rashawn Gary, and because he's the leader of the team now. I just think they opened up a can of worms now, right? I don't think they would have thought that Dallas would have had the 20th pick. Dallas has the 20th pick because of that. I think Green Bay's in trouble. I don't see Sledhead in the chat, but Green Bay. I think they might be in trouble.
That they are.
Logan Motorsports, what's up, brother? No more Micah or Trayvon talk, please. Listen, KH, that's, again, people get mad. That was part of the news cycle today. I don't know.
They weren't winning players neither. They had talent, those two, but
Micah,
they weren't winning
other
players.
than the Terrence got, he sent me a link the other day that I clicked onto, and now my Twitter got hacked. So I'm trying to get my Twitter back, but. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. That's about it for tonight. I just wanted to, talk. Any final words of what you guys are thinking regarding your squads? We'll go with Drew. I know he's at work. Any final words about what you expect your team to pick offensive coordinator wise, or what you think is going to happen in the near future? No, I guess not. All right, Rob A., how about you?
I was probably thinking Jim Bob's probably going to be the guy to come in here and right the ship. Hopefully, I was kind of hoping maybe they gave Charlie Weiss more of a look, junior, of course.
Yeah. Well, now where's he at?
Ole Miss. He's.
Is he? I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah. He Chambliss came. Look how Chambliss played in the playoffs, man. He played lights out. So I would have liked to, them to give a harder look at that, or at him rather. So. But I think Jim Bob's probably going to be our next offensive coordinator. But like I started off the show when I jumped in, not the beginning of your show, but when I jumped in, I just think that position is going to be an interesting position. Who fills the role? And on top of that, I just think that it's just that position's not for just any coach, offensive coordinator. It takes a certain person to come in here to coach in Philadelphia. I mean, it really does. And I just don't think Mike McDaniel would have been able to handle the heat that comes with being a coach in Philadelphia. So, it's interesting that He passed up on us, and we haven't found the right guy yet. But I have faith in Howie. I always do. I think he tends to always do the right thing, and I expect to be buyers rather in the first week of free agency. We have holes to fill, as Ultra pointed out, but I have faith in Howie to fill those holes with some good quality talent.
All right. All right. Anybody else want to get in here before we get out of here?
I'd like to say one thing. I really do appreciate you guys having me here. If it's only Giant fan here, and hopefully I can give you guys competition in the upcoming years. And congratulations, Dan the Man, for your Dan account. What's the name pick? Gannon pick. Congratulations. We'll enjoy later. Thank you very much. And
not happening.
Gannon,
If I may on this,
what up, Cowboys?
I'm looking forward to the games this weekend. My Super Bowl pick is still on the line for Patriots and Rams, but these two games are coming up. It should be very interesting. I got New England beating the New England beating the Broncos, and I got the Rams beating the Seahawks. And I also do think that the Cowboys DC search is going to end soon, and I think it's going to come down to Jim Leonard or Christian Parker. And I think it's going to be Jim Leonard ultimately.
Of course. Christian Parker, correct.
Oh, I'll jump in and say, I have full confidence in Howie and Jeffrey and the Eagles front office. Daboll and McDaniel are high-priced, high-commodity offensive coordinators. I would have loved to have them, but at the same time, not, because I want my quarterback to have continuity. He's never had continuity. So I would love to see my quarterback with the same OC 2-3 years before moving on to something else, so he can tap into his full potential and really focus on, a system that he's going to work in, not changing it every year with somebody different. So I'm hoping that we get somebody that's consistent. I like the kid Brady in Buffalo. I think he would be a good connect. I don't know about Frank Reich. I don't know how that's going. I don't even know if he's even interested. But I do hope we get. I like Kafka. I like Kafka. He's from the Andy Reid tree. He was drafted by the Eagles. So I'm intrigued by that. I just want a consistent coordinator. Someone's going to be there with Jalen 2-3 years tops, so we can get continuity. Tap into Jalen so we can really truly see what he can do. And I believe if we get 2 more Super Bowls out of it.
Are you surprised that this that all this talk happens now? Are you surprised of all?
When you say the talk, when you say talk,
I know you don't. Just the fact that there's talk. I mean, like I said,
no, I'm not surprised.
I mean, Aikman had very little of this. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it was like, he was kind of untouchable, right? You would think you won a Super Bowl, you've been to 2. It's just surprising. It's not me that's making it up. It's all around, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not bringing it up for any other reason that you would think that you would have earned a modicum of respect, that we're not going down, a road where, Jalen, that's all I was ever saying. But
and I wasn't trying. If I came off like I was attacking you, I apologize.
No, you were fine with me.
That wasn't the nature.
I was just bringing up the bullshit that they're talking about, just like.
And that's my whole point. Is for me, like growing
I
up,
expect you to come on and stick up for it.
Well, no, I don't even like the narrative that's being put out there, because they did it to Donovan, they did it to Randall, they did it to Vic.
That's exactly right. That's why here we go again,
right?
Bullshit.
Right. So what I'm saying is, now here it is, the most successful quarterback in Eagles history, which is Jalen Hurts, 2 Super Bowls, winning 1 MVP, and now you're putting out a narrative saying nobody wants to play with him. Like, that's a bunch of BS to me, and I don't think Jalen deserves that. Now, am I saying that the situation is perfect? that Jalen doesn't have any flaws or the organization doesn't have any flaws. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But to sit there and say, "Oh, McDaniels didn't come because he didn't want to play with Jalen Hurts," which was a narrative that's been pushed
Yeah, it
in
has been.
WIP all week,
maybe
I
which I think
haven't.
is
Yeah, I
just
haven't.
is
Yeah,
it's disgusting to me,
I
right?
haven't listened to WIP, but I did hear it. Yes.
Yeah, it's and even on the fan, it's disgusting to me
Yeah, I don't.
because, like I was saying before,
Honestly, I
if it was
listen to
Josh
YouTube
Allen,
and stuff. I don't. Yeah, but
right?
yeah, I hear what you're
And
saying.
if it was Josh Allen, it may what Josh did was far more egregious than what Jalen did in the playoffs
Josh
this year,
looked like dog shit this
and he's
last
not
week.
getting
There's
any
no doubt
pushback.
in that.
What's that, Rob?
No, I just said Josh looked like dog shit
He
this last
did,
week.
and
Exactly.
we were trying to keep it 100 because I know my buddy Mark. He's I'm sure Mark's done videos on it because he's tired of hearing about Josh Allen. When Josh Allen single-handedly, you know who it was? It was D. She was in here with us. Josh Allen single-handedly lost. Yeah, he lost the game by his play in the first half.
Absolutely.
We could look at the end of the game and go, "Oh man, I feel bad." Yeah, I do because this was an opportunity, but you got to be able to seize this shit.
Hey, what weapons did Josh Allen have as far as wide receivers?
Keon Coleman.
That's it, right?
We're moving it, but now we're moving the goalposts.
No top 1, 2, top 5 receivers, top 10.
Now we're moving
Nothing,
it,
right?
but now we're moving the goalposts. How many games did Josh Allen
Please
win?
now. I'm not moving no goalposts, dude.
But understand how many games
They
did
got
he win?
no wide receivers. Put AJ Brown and Smith
How many
on the
games did he
Bills
win, Vinny?
and see what happens. See if they
Vinny, how
win.
many games did he win?
Move the goalposts
How many
that
games did he
way.
win? Vinny,
He
how many
didn't have
games did he
them.
win?
He didn't have weapons, dude.
That you're not asking. Why you guys can't answer a question? How many games did Josh Allen win, Vinny?
11, 12.
And how many? And he made it to the divisional round of the playoffs, right, Vinny?
Yeah, he did.
Now,
With
regardless of how
nothing.
many
With
weapons he had,
nothing.
hold on, Vinny.
With nothing,
Who threw
and
the
playing better
Vinny?
talent as you
Who
go
had the turn?
along.
Who had the turnovers? Who were the turnovers under
He
his name?
did. He did because he
Thank you.
tried
So
to have
stop
to
making
make
excuses
plays.
for him.
When you have to try
I
to
will
make
say
plays,
this.
you make
He play hero
mistakes.
ball. That's why he don't win like Lamar. He tries to do everything.
I
for
will say
himself.
this. I
He
like
has no
Josh
weapons.
Allen, but
Moving the
they were the
goalposts.
underdog in the game,
Got weapons.
and the game
No,
came
you're
down to
moving
the
it.
wire. Right? They were the underdog in the game. At game time, it was close, but they were a 1.5 underdog. And I know he did not have weapons, but
Tom Brady didn't have weapons neither.
But
thank you.
No. He didn't have weapons, but
Vinny,
Vinny, he should
They're
have won the
all
game.
different.
He should have
All
won the
teams
game.
are
Turnovers.
different.
You don't
He made a
win.
couple
You
stupid
can't win with 4
decisions.
turnovers. Game time. Game time. You can't win with 4 turnovers.
I
Come
know
on
that.
now.
That's why I said he didn't have weapons.
Let's talk football.
man.
Well,
I
that
said-
really
Let's
kind of
talk
shows you
football.
what kind of Denver team that is, though, is because it took 4 or 5 turnovers for them to barely win that game.
Exactly.
That's how John Elway used to
You're
do.
talking
He used to
facts,
always try
dude.
to play hero ball, and he would lose. Y'all remember
Yeah,
that?
that's what I was saying. He doesn't have weapons,
Yeah,
but you
you
can't
gotta
toss
trust
the
your
ball over
team,
4
though.
times. You can't do that.
4
I get
turnovers
it.
is 4
I get
turnovers.
it. They
can't do
still
that.
almost won in
I
spite of
know.
him
I'm
doing
just
what he's
saying,
doing.
we have
Almost
to,
is not good enough.
Vinny, like D was saying,
It
you
is to
have
me, buddy. It is to
Of
me.
course it is. Your
Yeah,
standards
because
are low.
not everybody wins like you, huh? Go ahead, Brian.
No, I'm fine. I just say he has to take accountability in the loss. That's all.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah,
with
he got
that.
a
But you can
pass.
only do
He
so
got
Stop
a
much.
making
pass.
I
excuses
think
for
he
him.
did.
Everybody
He
tries,
took
man.
self
You think you're out there
accountability, but the
trying to
problem
lose?
is that the media let them off the hook.
Yeah.
You
He
think
always
Jalen
do.
Hurts is out there
He always
trying
let
to
him
lose the
off.
game? No, he's trying to win. That's why everybody goes out there.
Right.
Not
When
everybody
Dak
does.
lose- When Dak lose, everybody on it though.
I'm not
What did
on
you
it.
say, Marcus?
I said when Dak
I like
loses,
Dak.
everybody's
Unfortunately, I like
talking
Dak.
about it.
I wish he was
Everybody
freaking winning
hating
for
on
us.
it.
It's our
And Jalen
defense that
Hurts,
sucks.
he takes too much of abuse.
He does take abuse.
Here's
Dak
the
doesn't
thing.
get the same
Here-
abuse Jalen does.
He's another guy.
Here's the
does.
thing.
Dak doesn't
Yeah,
get
but
the same
Jalen-
abuse Jalen does.
Yeah, but
He
Jalen
never
Here-
gets criticized.
won a Super Bowl.
Here's the thing about
But then
Josh
you hear
Allen.
about top
in these
quarterbacks.
playoffs.
He does
That
take
pitch is
abuse.
This was
Justin
his
Herbert.
this was his best chance to go to a Super Bowl, and he blew it.
Who's
There's
that?
nothing that you can say
You're welcome,
that
Bruce.
convinced me that he did wrong. The refs
Yeah.
did him in, and I'm going to stand by that.
And Lamar Jackson,
Blame the
if you
refs.
think
Don't blame
about
the
it,
refs.
the
No,
tight
no,
end,
don't go
the
with
tight end
refs.
dropped the ball last
Yes.
year, and then this year the kicker missed the kick.
Yes,
You
that's
can't
not
even
his
blame
fault.
Lamar Jackson. He
I
did his
agree.
job.
I agree.
He
That's
did
not
his
his
This year he
fault.
did. Last year he didn't. He shit the bed
Hell
last year in
yeah,
the playoffs.
right. The tight end, he dropped the ball.
At least Josh Allen keeps his teams in game. Has Josh Allen been blown out in the
I'll give him
playoffs?
that.
Josh
He's a
Allen is a
baller.
force multiplier. Where I mean, because he
Got
brings up
mad
Dak
respect
getting
for
a beat.
Josh Allen.
Dak
I
is
would
high as
take
paid,
Josh
but he's not a
Allen
force
over
multiplier.
Dak.
Yeah, I
me
would
too.
Sorry, I would
Me
take
too.
I would take him over Jalen. That's me.
It's
Even
not
though
hard.
Jalen's won a
Ask
Super
you this
Bowl.
then. Do you think
Yeah,
I think
of
that this
most
course.
of
is
the
Josh
Philly. I
Allen's
think.
best chance to go to the Super Bowl this year?
What's that? What's that? Dan, what's that?
Well, I said, Rob, was this the best chance that Josh Allen going to the Super Bowl this
Nah,
year?
he's got
Yes or
plenty
no?
of time.
Yeah.
He's
It
got-
was.
He's got
Maybe
time.
to this point. Yeah,
I would
probably.
say
I'm not saying he
this,
doesn't
Rob.
have time. I'm just saying up to this point,
Let's
this
say
was his window. Like
let's-
he
Yes.
should have. If it was going to be any year, it should have been this year.
Yeah, and I agree, but let's say in the offseason they have James Cook, right? Let's say they go get a George Pickens. Let's just be stupid or
Sure,
Debo.
yeah.
Let's say they go out and get a number one receiver to go along with, because to everybody's point, he did take a beating with injuries, and that's part of it. You know, I think they win the game, everybody, if he doesn't do that stupid play where he fumbles the ball, literally. And
backwards.
And it goes for a touchdown, right? So
Yep.
I think they win the game. It's literally that close in the playoffs. So, but if you give him a number one receiver and James Cook stays healthy, and why they didn't get Dawson Knox and the other Dalton Kincaid early in that game, Dan. Remember we were watching. I think you were on this.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
And all of a sudden they
Yeah.
started hitting them in the second half when the rubber was meeting the road. You know, it's like, well, why didn't you do this in the first half? So that's why we say he's got to take accountability, and I think that's fair.
And if Brandon Cooks would have made that catch, they would have won that game. The Bills would have won.
And Brandon Cooks was crying because listen, as much as I'm a Cowboy fan, was Brandon Cooks ever crying for Dak Prescott?
No, Brandon.
Not even a little bit.
But he was crying for Josh Allen.
Well,
So,
I tell you what, though, Josh made Brandon Cooks a pretty damn good this year after signed him.
Yep.
He did.
He kind of resurrected his career. Where
that's why I said I love Josh Allen, but we can't absolve him of criticism. That's all.
No, of course
I agree.
not.
That's all.
And,
there's both
the
can
media
be a
didn't do
fact,
that.
right, Rob? I think both can be a
Yeah,
fact.
they didn't hold him accountable.
Yeah,
the
well,
media
that's
didn't hold
not
him
his
accountable.
fault,
No,
that's
he held
our
himself
fault, you know.
accountable. Like after the game, he was crying. I mean, so he showed self accountability. So I can't be mad at him for him. He said,
he
know,
didn't sit
it's
there
on
and
me.
say, "Oh man, we really suck." No, he took accountability. Yeah,
he took accountability. But I think where a lot of people are upset about it is that the media didn't hold him accountable. It was like, oh no, that was McDermott's fault. You know, it was on McDermott. It wasn't. Josh turned the ball over.
He has
But
to
he
be
took
accountable.
accountability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
The quarterback.
He has to be accountable. Yeah, he's the one throwing the ball. He's the one out there making plays.
Yeah.
So I agree.
But you know, his standard, you have to hold him to a higher standard because he is a force multiplier. Like I said, Vinny, he goes out there and wins in spite of the lack of talent that he has when it comes to wide receivers.
Yeah, give me a guy like that any day.
Yeah,
you know.
Only thing with him though is the same thing I'd say with Lamar is just I don't know if they have that clutch gene to just kind of win it all. They tend to always
kind of make bonehead plays, right?
They do.
Have that clutch
Herbert
gene.
too. Herbert too.
They don't have that
make a bonehead play.
I think the
sometimes.
clutch gene is something. I think that's something that
you know who hasn't though.
I agree. I think some have it. Yeah.
I think for me, when it comes to Mike McDaniel with the OC and with the Chargers, I think Justin Herbert should not have any excuses for next year. You got a good offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel, who's going to draw up some plays.
Yeah, no
and
excuses
Justin
this
Herbert,
year, bro.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but he shouldn't have any excuses for next year. You either give him the weapons to be successful, or he doesn't succeed.
All right, let me ask everybody. You know, we got a little time. I'm not rushing, but just early predictions here. You know, I don't need scores or nothing. Am I the only fool who thinks that Denver is going to win?
No, I think they got
Yeah.
get a chance
I'm
at
in, Brian.
anybody.
Yeah, he's saying
Yeah, I think you're the only one, Ganson.
All right. Well,
Only one.
okay.
Sean Payton is a
I
quarterback
guess I
whisperer.
don't count.
Sean Payton is a quarterback whisperer.
You
They
can't.
should have won the last game.
Quarterback
It
play.
took 5 turnovers for them to win the fucking game by, 2-3 points, whatever so I don't think they should have won this last game. But I said that in the game. I thought they were going to be one and done, and they should have been one and done.
What do you think about it, Rob?
I
Who's
think
gonna win?
New England's going to cover the spread and beat them.
There
Me
you
and
go.
Hallie
See,
have Denver.
that's a man that bets against it or with
Okay.
it.
Well,
I'll take that.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
You put your money where your mouth is.
I
Absolutely.
predicted every game
I got
right so
1,000
far
on that
except the
game.
Eagle game. Go figure.
Well,
Yeah, what
but
the
here's
hell?
Here's
So,
my thing, though.
talk about a
And I
man.
had a
I
conversation
had Denver
about
last
this.
week when all you fuckers were picking the Buffalo, riding the Josh Allen jockstrap. I had
Do
Denver.
you guys remember when Drew Brees got hurt?
Yeah.
And the
I
Saints
didn't
were
write Josh
4-0
Allen.
with
I never
Teddy
said Josh
Bridgewater? I think that's going to play a big role with this. I think that Sean Payton's a quarterback whisperer.
Were you sick there, Loyal?
No, I'm just laying down.
You know what makes me not think that is the way that New England manhandled that Houston defense.
Yeah, I know. That's
makes
something.
me know that they could do that against Denver's defense.
And they
'Cause
can.
Houston's defense,
I just have a
I
weird
think
feeling.
is better than Denver's defense.
I just don't think Houston was ready for that cold weather. I think it showed.
But their defense did good.
Well, that's
And
another
Newland
guy
still
we
beat
could
'em.
criticize. We could
Brown, he was
criticize
good.
quarterback of Houston.
Houston's defense did, yeah, exactly. Stroud
Jeez.
just shit
Oh
the
my
bed too,
God.
just like Allen did.
Look at him, a Cabbage Patch Kid.
He killed
I
me.
also had a
crazy.
conversation about this too with the other game with the Rams and the Seahawks. This is probably going to be Matthew Stafford's legacy run in order to go to the Super Bowl. Because remember, he went to the
He's
Super
already
Bowl.
had a Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if he wins another one, he could go into the Hall of Fame.
He's
And
already in the Hall of
He
Fame.
will already.
Yeah, he's going
Right.
in.
He's a first ballot.
Yeah.
I
But this
believe
will
that.
solidify
I'm
it.
just saying
Man,
that
you're
if he
right.
makes-
It'll solidify it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll solidify him. I agree,
if
Rob.
he gets in, I think it would be a battle between
So who do you
Nate
like in that game?
and for the Rams and Seahawks. I got the Rams.
Really?
They're all. I got the Rams over the Seahawks because they're
I got the
Seahawks are beating
Seahawks.
that ass.
Seahawks.
They got
Sorry, but I
Seahawks
really
are beating
think
that
the Rams
ass, brother. At the
defense
12th
is
man,
good.
get out of here.
Yeah, I think this.
I guess I go for the underdog.
Now I'm with you. I'm rooting for the Rams just so I can show to my ownership. Yeah, they went back and won
Well,
it
because
again. When you
remember-
didn't like how
Again,
they
yeah.
handled it.
Seattle.
Just remember game time. I said Rams and Patriots in the Super Bowl this year. I did
Well,
say
you said wrong there, Dan. Seattle's
I,
going.
it's still alive. It's still alive though.
No,
It's
I
still
said-
alive.
Well, I got 3 out of 4
I
right
said
last
You have
Denver
a
and the
chance.
Rams.
last
Good
week,
job,
so
Ellie.
I think.
So yeah,
I'm just
so me and you,
picking
yeah,
out
we're still
opposite of
alive.
everybody.
I said Denver and the
I-
Rams. So.
Yeah, we
I-
did say
I
Denver,
said
Brian, at the
Seahawks
beginning of the season.
and Denver.
You have
I think it'll
anything
be
written
the
there,
Patriots
Brian?
and Seahawks.
But I agree,
like
though.
it.
I think Denver is. I don't think their defense, for whatever reason, maybe it's the better coaching that's going against them. Like, when you get into the playoffs, you play the best coaching staffs, the best, the game planners.
Where's Denver?
And I
Excuse me,
think
Brian.
that's what you're seeing, Rob. I like Denver, but I
But
think
where's Denver playing at? Denver?
Yeah.
Well, but here's the
They're
thing.
home.
But
Hell
they've
yeah,
been
they
getting
win.
rolled at
New
home. They've
England
been getting
defense
lucky.
is good.
They
So
almost
is
lost to
Denver's
you at
defense.
home, Jesse.
Yeah,
Huh?
really.
They almost
Yeah,
lost to
that's what
you
I'm
at home,
saying.
so you can't say they're going to win at home.
Exactly.
Well,
you
Philly
say
should
they're
have
going
won
to
that
win.
game in Denver too. I
Well,
mean,
they're gonna win.
we were
They
up.
beat us.
No, they're not.
We were up
That's
double
true.
digits in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
I thought that was at your place, though.
Well,
Yeah,
Rob,
that
do you
wasn't your
trust
place,
Jared
right?
Stidham? Do you trust
Was
it
it
Jared
in
Denver?
Philly?
Stidham?
Was it in Philly? I
I
thought
thought
it
it
was
was
in
in
Denver.
Philly.
I
No,
don't
you're
know.
right. It
Russell's
was in
at
Philly.
Denver.
You're right. You're right. You're right. It was in Philly.
I don't know why I thought
Do you
that.
trust Jared Stidham, though,
I don't know
Rob?
how I know that either.
No, but I just have a weird feeling. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Denver is going to just step. I mean, I just think they're going to play over their head because they know they got to overcompensate. And I think it's a close game. I don't think it's a roll. I think if New England
Sean
wins,
Payton's going to coach them up.
what's that?
Sean Payton is going to coach that kid up.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton is gonna
Like he
is
did
gonna be
Teddy
ready to
Bridgewater.
roll.
I don't trust it.
I
I
know.
like New England. I like New England and Seattle rematch in the Super Bowl.
And
Oof.
who would you root for?
I think Seattle wins it all.
Wow, we can't have.
I would
New
root for
England
New
seven.
England. I'd like to see Drake May.
Oh, I see
I
Seattle.
would like to see
Watch
Drake
seven,
win.
huh? Damn.
I like
I just
watching
think that
Drake May
defense
play. That
is
kid is
so good.
stepping up this year.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
proving me wrong. I just wasn't a fan,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, me
I
neither.
think
But
Seattle wins it all.
Vrabel, man, and I was high
tired
on
legs
Vrabel.
wins the Super Bowl. Great.
Yeah, I think it's
Great.
going to be New England winning it all.
Fucking now.
Yeah.
He's saying Seattle. Tired legs.
I like Seattle to take it.
Yeah,
That
we'll
running
see.
game and defense, man.
Bobby says Sam Darnold will choke.
Maybe.
Man, I don't know. He hasn't choked so far. I think.
He hasn't
I
played a
think
defense
that's
like
gonna
New
be a
England
barn
so far.
burner, man.
The Rams' defense is kind of susceptible too. You can
They
run
are.
on that defense.
They're
very susceptible.
Well, I
So,
mean,
their secondary is not the greatest.
Defense,
they're not. Their defense is not that great, man.
Right.
You know, with the running game and Jackson Smith and Jigba back there, I think Seattle can get them.
And Verse disappeared this last game. Like,
he did.
that line didn't put much pressure at all.
Nope.
Yeah, but they still won against Chicago in overtime.
In cold weather.
In overtime.
They barely won against Chicago.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like that. I like
there's
Seattle's
ice on the field.
defense.
Oh, no.
I
I'm
agree
not
with you,
saying
Drew.
nobody's wrong. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good weekend for these two games. For
I
sure.
think Seattle and the Patriots will both cover.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I think.
What's the line? Let me see the line real quick before.
For which game?
The Denver game. I'm
5. It's 5.
So who's favored? New England?
Patriots.
Yeah.
On the road favored. So pretty much they're favored by 8 if you think about it.
Yeah.
I trust Drake May over Stidham.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, the advantage.
I would
Patriots.
trust Drake May over Bo Nix. Even if Bo Nix was in the game, I would still trust Drake May over Bo Nix.
I just think Bo Nix added a element that, when he's moving, but now he ain't moving at all. Now it's messed. It's a shame. I feel bad for the kid, but it is what it is. The number 1 seed. Sometimes this is what happens. You'll see I think you'll see more about Drake May in the future if he's really a good quarterback. I mean, Bo Nix, if he's really that guy, if he can bring them back, if not, shit, you never know. This could be it for him, So.
I think that when it comes to scheming up the game, it favors New England because you have an inexperienced quarterback or really a quarterback that's not that well. So if you take away the run game, you're going to make the quarterback beat you. I don't know. I mean, I know Peyton is a good coach, but hell, I don't know if that much coaching in the world against a good defense like that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see. So, and I got to set up the stream for Sunday. I'll probably go live around 2:30. We'll roll right through both games. I think it's 3 and 6:30, and then that'll be
go Rams.
And that'll be it for 2 weeks, everybody. That'll be
kiss of death, Momo. Momo just gave the Rams the kiss of death.
No, I actually, the Rams. I said the Rams was going to win last week, and I won.
He's from the McVay tree.
Momo.
Yeah, but he lost on the other 3.
No, I was okay. Saturday I was 3-1, and Sunday I was 1-3. So,
hey, y'all be careful.
Momo, you're talking to the back-to-back Pick'em champion, brother.
You are. I'm working on a logo, so I'll get.
I'm not worried about it, bro.
I know.
Take your time.
He needs it. He needs it for his ego.
No, I'm gonna. Well, I don't know. I can get him whatever.
Don't hate Momo.
I got to hate today.
One thing I can do is I can separate it and say that he's good at picking games. At least I think what happens, at least for me, once I get down 8 or 10, I start taking stupid shit just to try and catch up. It ain't my money on the line; it's just pride. So, but congratulations to Drew on back-to-back. I think Joe DeMasi almost closed the gap.
Joe, I beat him by like 2 games. Joe was on my heels, man.
So we have to roll that into next year. That should be fun. But all right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate everybody stepping in. It got feisty. I liked it. I thought it was good for a Wednesday night
people,
show.
hit them likes.
Hit the likes. And do me a favor, if you guys could share this. I can't share it anymore until I get my Twitter back. Thanks, Terrence Parsons, for fucking sending me a bad
I'll share it
link.
on my Facebook.
So, all right, everybody. I will talk to everybody. Well, like I said, we got stuff coming on this weekend. So, what? Hurry up. Answer what? All right. Late.
Silence.
Bye, everybody.
Later. Shut up, Momo.